Nacional. Somos Grupo Delta del Jefe 3 y nosotros nos deslindamos de la manta que pusieron los corrientes de los reyes en el poblado de Cotija, donde mencionan al general Ernesto Joaquín Geminiano Jiménez. Nosotros no pusimos esa manta.
I just noticed my mic was muted that whole fucking time. I've just been talking to myself. Yeah, that's crazy to get. That seems better. I had to fuck. Yeah, that's way better. There we go, baby. There we go. I just gotta keep my eye on that. If I ever see that shit not moving when I'm talking, that'll suck. Alrighty, but like I said, that no one heard, I do not speak Spanish. We're gonna watch this first though, because I guess this is the guy that is taking over the cartel. I think his name is, what was his name? There was a name for him somewhere. Pelón. Big Pelón. Supposedly this is the guy.
Nacional. Somos Grupo Delta del Jefe 3 y nosotros nos deslindamos de la manta que pusieron los corrientes de los reyes en el poblado de Cotija, donde mencionan al general Ernesto Joaquín Geminiano Jiménez. Nosotros no pusimos esa manta. Nosotros no mandamos ese mensaje. Nosotros no atacamos. Elementos de Sedena, nuestra pelea no es con el gobierno. Es contigo, Poncho la Quirigua, bicho de los reyes, maníaco y su bola de ratas, extorsionadores, cobardes, mata inocentes. Como el general hizo buen trabajo al retirar al vendido corrupto del teniente Navidad, que trabajaba por ustedes y levantó y les entregó a la municipal de Cotija. 3 jóvenes y por medio de la policía de los reyes se los entregaron para que los mataran.
We're done with that because like I said, I do not know Spanish. Don't understand Spanish, so I couldn't fucking help you there. But I played a little just in case anybody did know Spanish. Anybody's in the chat, stopping by maybe later. But let's check this one out because this was supposed to be the other guy. Okay. Okay, all right. Let me plug in Goddamn. Right. Oh, what the fuck is going on here? What the fuck is up with that? I don't need a strobe light, bro. I just need something to stay. There we go. Fuck it. Decent. But yeah, they were saying that this was supposed to be the guy who was taking over.
¿Cómo andas, Gabriel? Aquí andamos ir en Europa, no, oiga, ya aquí andamos encargados. Nomás para ver si va a estar con nosotros o no, porque está ayudando a los carteles unidos y pues le mandamos el mensaje que se acomode con nosotros o se acomode bien con ellos porque los vergazos van bien. Aquí estamos en los bancos, para que sepa nomás. y no me escondo, para que vea. ¿Cómo andas, Gabriel? Aquí andamos ir en Europa, no, oiga, ya aquí andamos encargados. Nomás para ver si va a estar con nosotros o no, porque está ayudando a los carteles unidos y pues le mandamos el mensaje que se acomode con nosotros o se acomode bien con ellos porque los vergazos van bien. Aquí estamos en los bancos, para que sepa nomás. Y no me escondo, para que vea.
Motherfucker, is that like a gold AK? He got 2 AKs, got his pistol right there. That's like a fucking flashbang or something. LMGs. That might be a fucking sniper. Holy shit.
Vamos a ir en Europa, no, oiga, ya aquí andamos encargados. Nomás para ver si va a estar con nosotros o no, porque
Fucking crazy, right? Crazy fucking times we are living in, bro. That is a thing. Honestly. These motherfuckers are more well equipped than fucking half the countries in the fucking world, bro. What's up, baby boy? Oh, my baby boy. You're just a baby boy. Just a baby doggy. So who knows? At this point, who knows what's gonna happen? We don't know if it is El Mencho's his name, right? Mencho? El Mencho. It could be El Mencho's stepson. That's what they're saying. I guess this dude is El Mencho's stepson. Pelon. So they're saying it could be Homeboy or it could be El Yogurt. What the fuck is this? Fucking put up the Trump signal. That's crazy. Look at that. They got a whole little thing set up. Just got a fucking rocket launcher. Yeah, and they're saying Homeboy's from Cali. Says he was born in Santa Ana, California, an American citizen by birth. Mexico's deadliest cartel is now reportedly being operated by an American from Orange County, from the OC. That's fucking crazy. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Fucking Gavin Newsom. What?
I think we should start killing kids until they let us use whatever bathroom they want. I think we should start killing kids.
Fucking wild, right?
I think we should start.
Fuck it, bro. Fuck it. Let the fucking lady boy just fucking live in his fantasies. You know what I mean?
Killing kids.
We don't gotta fucking deal with that shit. Alright, but the main reason I was here, I wanted to watch a video. Hold up. I wanted to watch this video too. Tyler Oliveira just did a video, an hour-long video in New Jersey. Basically just exposing how fucking there's a very large Jewish community out there, and it seems the same way that it was in New York, that they're all on welfare. They're all kind of just being supported by the government. I don't know. Really makes you kind of feel like, fuck, what are we doing? Should I just be pumping out kids? Should I just find 4 baby mamas, just start fucking pumping them out, you know? Oh, I can't watch that.
School board was majority private school owners, you know, mainly Jewish white men, and most of our school was not Jewish, and they had control over our public.
Oh, he didn't like that. That guy don't like that.
And most of our school was
He heard Jewish men, white men. He's like, wait a minute.
not Jewish, and they had control over our public school system over like the past 10 years, purposely voting no on our school budget vote so that way we would fail, and we lost about 3-2 schools.
Basically, through block voting, Orthodox Jews won enough seats to control the East Ramapo School Board and went on to eliminate hundreds of public school positions like teachers and social workers, while approving millions of taxpayer dollars to be spent on their children's religious private schools, ultimately.
All right. We are 100% going to watch that. 100% going to watch that. Hold up.
Terrible credit score. Sometimes when I go to Red Lobster, I get up and leave without paying. You hear that fire alarm beep? Me neither. I like to...
That's just AI. This fucking guy. All right. Holy shit, bro. Is that dude just pissing? How many was just pissing on himself? Alright. What the fuck are these? Alright, we're just gonna watch that video first. I got a video right here from Street Files. Hold up. Come on, light. What the fuck, dude? I just need this not flickering, bro. This thing is flickering right now. Tough. Unprofessional. Unprofessional. I won't fucking stand for it. Turn it off, turn it back on type shit. Come on, brother. I think hitting is gonna work. 100% looks like it's fucking flickering, but whatever. Stop paying attention to me. You know what I mean? Fuck it. But like I said, we got a video right here. It's by Street Files. Over 600K views. It's pretty crazy. Everybody go subscribe to Homeboy. Shoot him a follow. Oh my God, brother. I'm about to break this fucking light. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm about to break this fucking light. I think I did. You know, it fucking fixed it. What do you know? Put a little fucking pressure. Alright, but like I said, we got a video here by Street Files. He replaced El Chapo, got a $15 million bounty, and was just killed by special forces. Gives a little background on El Mencho. I figured why not go into his background real quick. You know what I mean? A little 25-minute video never hurt nobody. Let's get started.
Hours ago, not weeks, not months, hours, the Mexican military just killed the most wanted man in the Western Hemisphere, Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, El Mencho, the leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, the man who shot down a military helicopter with a rocket launcher, the man who tried to assassinate Mexico City's police chief, the man the U.S. government was offering $15 million to capture, dead, killed by special forces in the mountains of Jalisco,
Holy
and
shit.
right now, as you are watching this, 6 Mexican states are on fire. Buses burning, highways blocked, gunfights in the streets. The cartel's response to losing their leader. But here's what makes this story insane. Before El Mencho became the most powerful drug lord on the planet, he was a cop.
The
a
fucking
Mexican
cop.
police officer working the same side he would later terrorize. Before that, he was an avocado farmer's kid who dropped out of school in 5th grade. And before that, he was guarding marijuana fields at 14 years old. This is the story of how a 5th grade dropout from one of the poorest villages in Mexico became more powerful than El Chapo. How he built a fentanyl empire responsible for hundreds of thousands of American deaths.
A fentanyl.
How he evaded capture for over a decade while his entire family got locked up. Evaded capture.
Real quick, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to see the map of the country. Jalisco. So that's where they're from, bro. That's where the cartel's at. That's crazy. Chihuahua, that's where my granddaddy's from. Damn. Tabasco. Zacatecas, I think I got family from there too. Sinaloa. Okay. I'm starting to understand.
For over a decade while his entire family got locked up, and how it all ended today in a helicopter ride to Mexico City that he did not survive. July 17, 1966, a village called Naranjo de Chila in Aguililla, Michoacan. If you have never heard of it, that is the point. Nobody has. It is a farming community in the mountains of western Mexico. Dirt roads, no running water, families growing avocados because that is what the land allows.
Avocados from Mexico.
Has nothing. Nemesio is born into a house where dropping out of elementary school is not a choice, it is survival. By 5th grade, he is done. No more classroom, time to work. He starts in the avocado fields, the same as his father, the same as everyone. But here is what is different about Michoacan. The same mountains that grow perfect avocados also grow something else, marijuana, opium poppies, and the cartels that traffic them. By 14, Nemesio is not picking avocados anymore. He is guarding marijuana plantations for the traffickers, standing watch with a rifle while older men do the harvesting. Think about that, 14 years old, armed, working for drug traffickers, but he is smart enough to see the math. The farmers stay poor, the traffickers get rich, and the only way out of those mountains is to become one of them, or leave entirely. He chooses both. Sometime in the mid-1980s, Nemesio crosses the border illegally into California. He is maybe 18 or 19 years old. He speaks limited English. He has no papers, no money, no connections, but he has something else. He knows the drug trade. He ends up in the San Francisco Bay Area, using fake names to stay hidden. Ruben Avila, Jose Lopez Prieto, Miguel Valadez, Carlos Hernandez. A different identity for every situation.
Why the fuck did they show Carlos Santana right there? I don't understand. Was that one of his fucking aliases?
Names to stay hidden. Ruben Avila, Jose Lopez Prieto, Miguel Valadez, Carlos Hernandez. A different identity for every situation. In 1986, he is arrested in San Francisco for possession of stolen property and for carrying a loaded gun. It is the first time United States law enforcement gets his fingerprints. He gets out. He goes right back to the hustle. By the early 1990s, he has moved up, not just dealing, but distributing. He and his brother Abraham build a heroin network across Northern California, in Sacramento and the Bay Area, moving product through the Central Valley. In 1991, the DEA catches both brothers. They plead guilty in 1992. Abraham receives 10 years. Nemesio receives 5 years. Here's the thing. For most men, that is the end of the story. You do your time, you get deported, you stay in whatever village you came from. Maybe you keep dealing small time. Maybe you go straight. Nemesio does something different. He learns. After his release, United States authorities deport him back to Mexico. Standard procedure. He is just another criminal they are sending home. But something happens next that almost nobody expects. He becomes a police officer. Seriously. The guy who just
Good looking, brother. Good looking. I appreciate that. I forgot I muted it. I was eating some chips right now. Yo, they took his IG down though, bro. Look at that shit. Getting hit with the something went wrong. Loading. Something went wrong at the bottom. Fuck, you can't even see it. I'll look it up on here right now. I wonder why. I was saying earlier to my boy, he needs to lay low, bro, at Calderon. Cause you know these cartels are coming after everybody who kind of put him in this spot. My fault, I dropped some shit. Yeah, I don't understand that. I'll check his Twitter right now too, cause he had Twitter. He'd be posting a lot on there, so. Yeah. Why do you think that would have happened though? Why do you think they would have took his shit down? Like, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It's not like he was he's not doing anything crazy. He's not, you know what I mean? Like, he's fucking doing the same thing as the rest of us. Fuck. You okay, baby? Yeah, let me see. Let me go to his Twitter. Yeah, his Twitter's still up. 4 hours ago, he put the people stuck in the middle of all this violence are the ones who suffer the most. The people whose businesses were burned, people whose vehicles were burned, their livelihoods gone. Nobody's going to repay them. There are no government reparations for any of them at all. This wasn't a well-planned operation. The federal government has a lot to answer for regarding how completely unprepared it was for the aftermath and the people that died as a result. Fucking real. It's real. Maybe that's why. Maybe the government kind of took his shit down, you know? Maybe the government was like, bro, this dude's been... Because he's been criticizing him since it happened yesterday. Yeah, I don't know. That's really weird. We'll get back to it, though.
Spent years running heroin in California, joins the police force in Jalisco, puts on the uniform, carries the badge. Now, was he actually enforcing laws? Was he actually arresting criminals? No. He was learning how police operations work, learning who's corrupt, learning which departments look the other way, learning who can be bought. It's like a SPY infiltrating an enemy organization, except the enemy is the state, and the organization is Mexico's entire law enforcement structure. He doesn't stay a cop long. He doesn't need to. He's already seen everything he needs to see. In the early 2000s, Nemesio joins the Millennial Cartel. At the time, Millennial is a satellite organization of the Sinaloa Cartel, the empire El Chapo is building into the most powerful drug trafficking operation on Earth. Millennial handles distribution in western Mexico, including Jalisco, Colima, and Michoacan. Nemesio starts at the bottom.
So I'm guessing Milenio is a city, right? It's probably a city inside Jalisco. I'm not too sure. I'm just learning, you know?
Or close to it. He joins the assassin squad protecting Armando Valencia Cornelio, a drug lord they call El Maradona. Think about that job description. He is not moving drugs. He is not counting money. He is killing people. He is the guy who makes problems disappear, and he is good at it. On August 12, 2003, Mexican authorities arrest El Maradona. At the same time, a rival cartel called Los Zetas starts an armed offensive against Milenio in Michoacan. Everything is falling apart. The Valencia family that controls Milenio has to flee to Jalisco, and Nemesio goes with them. But here is what he does in the chaos. He marries into the family. His wife becomes Rosalinda Gonzalez Valencia. Her brothers run Las Cuinas, the financial wing of the cartel. They are money launderers, bankers for the underworld. Nemesio just connected himself to the two things every drug lord needs: muscle and money. He has both. In Jalisco, Nemesio and the remains of the Milenio cartel fall under the protection of Ignacio Coronel Villarreal. They call him Nacho Coronel. Nacho is a high-ranking Sinaloa cartel figure, right-hand man to El Chapo himself. He controls meth production across western Mexico, massive industrial labs pumping out hundreds of millions of dollars worth of product. Under Nacho, Nemesio learns the big leagues. He is no longer protecting drug lords. He is becoming one, managing operations across Jalisco and Colima, overseeing drug routes and ordering hits. But the cartel world is unstable, and in 2010, everything changes. On July 29, 2010, Mexican Marines raid a house in Zapopan, just outside Guadalajara. Nacho Coronel is inside. He resists. They kill him. The same year, Mexican authorities arrest Oscar Orlando Nava Valencia, another Milenio leader.
Fucking drum,
Suddenly,
bro. Look at the
there is
size of those fucking rounds, bro.
Valencia,
What?
Another Milenio leader.
What the fuck? Those are insane, bro. Those are big dogs.
Suddenly, there is a power vacuum. The Sinaloa cartel is distracted. The Milenio cartel is collapsing. And Nemesio sees his moment. He does not try to take over Milenio. He does not try to stay loyal to Sinaloa. He starts his own cartel. From 2009 to 2010, the exact date depends on who you ask. But this is when the Jalisco New Generation Cartel is born. The founders are Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes and Eric Valencia Salazar, known as L85. The backers are Las Cuinas, the Gonzalez Valencia family, and his in-laws. The territory is Jalisco. The Gonzalez Valencia family and his in-laws. The territory is Jalisco,
Crazy.
the state with Mexico's second largest city, Guadalajara, home to the port of Manzanillo, the busiest port in the country, perfect for importing chemicals from China. And the strategy? Something nobody has really done before. El Mencho takes the Sinaloa cartel's business model, efficient drug trafficking, political corruption, community outreach, and combines it with the Zetas' military tactics. Extreme violence, paramilitary operations, attacks on the state itself. He is building a hybrid, part corporation, part terrorist organization. The name El Mencho comes from Nemesio, a nickname, a brand, something the streets can remember. Within a few years, CJNG is not just competing with the Sinaloa cartel, it is matching them. It controls territory in more than 28 Mexican states. It has sales in all 50 American states and operations in Europe, Asia, and South America. And at the center of it all is a ghost, a man nobody can find, a man who gives no interviews, rarely gets photographed, and who moves constantly between mountain compounds. El
Bro,
Mencho.
though,
Early
I don't think I've even heard that dude's voice. I think I've only heard his voice one time in that fucking video, the fucking Soy Mencho way. You know what I mean? The one that everybody knows. Fucking crazy, bro. That's how you gotta be. That's how you gotta be. You just gotta be out the way. You know what I mean?
the mountains of southern Jalisco. Mexican authorities have intelligence. They know El Mencho is hiding near Villa Purificacion. They launch an operation. Soldiers and federal police and 5 military helicopters. They are going to capture the most wanted man in Mexico. What they do not know, is that El Mencho knows they are coming. As the helicopters approach, they spot a convoy of CG&G trucks and sport utility vehicles below, armed men everywhere. Then the cartel opens fire. Not small arms, not machine guns, rocket-propelled grenades, military-grade weapons designed to destroy tanks. One helicopter takes a direct hit to the rotor. It spirals, catches fire, crashes into the trees. 9 law enforcement officers die. This is the first time in the entire Mexican drug war that a criminal organization has shot down an aircraft. The first time. And El Mencho's men did it to protect him. While the military scrambles to respond, El Mencho escapes into the mountains, vanishes. And his response? He does not just disappear. The same day, CJ&G sets up roadblocks across Jalisco, burns vehicles, torches gas stations, attacks government buildings, creates so much chaos that authorities cannot even focus on pursuing him. The message is clear: do not come for me again.
Right.
Because if you do, this is what happens.
It's gonna be worse.
For years after that, the Mexican military does not take another serious run at him. If you want to understand why El Mencho mattered, you need to understand fentanyl. From 2013 to 2014, Mexican cartels began producing synthetic opioids, not heroin. That requires poppy fields, harvesting, processing. Synthetic opioids can be made in a lab. The precursor chemicals come from China, shipped through the port of Manzanillo. That became El Mencho's port. CJ&G, the Jalisco New Generation cartel.
Yo, I always hear that. I always hear that fucking the precursors for fent come through China, and it's like nowhere else. You know what I mean? Like nowhere else. I need to look into that shit, but like nowhere else is able to produce the precursors for fentanyl. You know what I mean? And if that is the case, what the fuck, China? You know, like how is that okay? That's crazy.
Cartel did not just produce fentanyl. They pioneered the Mexican fentanyl industry. Industrial scale labs spread across Jalisco and Michoacan. Chemists were trained to manufacture the drug. Supply chains reached every corner of the United States. 1 kilogram of fentanyl costs roughly $4,000 to produce. That same kilogram, cut and sold on American streets, is worth over $1 million. The profit margins are insane, and the death toll is worse. From 2015 to 2025, fentanyl overdoses killed over 500,000 Americans. More than every war the United States has fought since Vietnam combined. CJ&G is not solely responsible. The Sinaloa cartel traffics fentanyl too. Chinese suppliers manufacture the precursor chemicals, but CJ&G under El Mencho is one of the 2 main pipelines flooding the United States with the deadliest drug in history. The United States government knows exactly who to blame. That is why the bounty is $15 million. That is why, in February 2025, President Trump's administration designated CJ&G as a foreign terrorist organization. Not a cartel, a terrorist organization. Same legal status as ISIS or Al-Qaeda. From 2015 to 2026, El Mencho becomes a ghost story. The DEA puts him on their most wanted list. The U.S. State Department offers $15 million for information leading to his capture. Mexico offers another 300 million pesos. Combined bounty is over $30 million. And still, nobody can find him. The only images anyone has of El Mencho are years old, grainy photos, maybe not even him. He gives no interviews. He makes no public appearances. He does not post on social media. What he does do is release audio recordings, expletive-filled rants threatening rivals and officials. His voice, disembodied, promising violence to anyone who crosses him. Rumors spread constantly. He is dead from kidney disease. He has had surgery to change his appearance. He is living in Guatemala. He is living in the mountains of Michoacan. None of it can be confirmed, because here is how he stays hidden. His inner security circle is made up of former Mexican military commandos, men with special forces training paid cartel money to protect one person. His second security circle includes 120 men whose only job is to set up ambushes against anyone trying to get close. He moves between mountain compounds. He never stays anywhere long. He uses encrypted communications. He trusts almost no one. Meanwhile, his cartel keeps growing. While El Mencho hides, his family runs the operation. His son, Ruben Oseguera Gonzalez, known as El Menchito, is second in command.
It's not
He
him.
was born in San Francisco in 1990, which makes him a United States citizen. He has been groomed for leadership since he was 14 years old.
They're saying that's the
El
dude who took
Menchito
over, too.
Is the enforcer. Court documents say he ordered at least 100 killings. He personally shot 2 people. He directed the purchase of weapons including 50 caliber rifles and 40mm grenades. When Mexican authorities arrested him in Mexico in 2014, they released him for lack of evidence. They arrested him again and released him again. He was arrested a 3rd time and released a 3rd time. Mexican judges kept letting him go. Some people suspected corruption, others thought the evidence was genuinely weak. Either way, El Menchito kept walking free until 2015, when they finally held him. In February 2020, they extradited him to the United States. His sister, Jessica Johanna, known as La Negra, was in Washington, D.C. at the time, trying to see her brother at his court appearance. Federal agents arrested her as well. She faced charges of financial crimes supporting CJ&G. So now El Mencho's son and daughter are both in United States custody. His wife, Rosalinda, known as La Jefa, was arrested in Mexico in November 2021. Authorities say she managed the CJ&G finances, running the cartel's money. His brother Antonio, known as El Tony Montana, was arrested in December 2022. His brother Abraham, known as Don Rodo, was arrested in February 2025. His son-in-law, Cristian Fernando Gutierrez Ochoa, known as El Gaucho, faked his own death, moved to California under a false identity, and was caught in November 2024.
What the fuck, in Riverside?
Everyone around El Mencho gets taken down. His entire family, his entire inner circle, and still, he stays free. El Menchito's trial.
I was thinking this, right? Do you think the cartel would be as big as they are if they didn't have America fucking right next door? You know what I mean? I mean, seeing the fucking margin numbers, $4,000 turns into $1 million. Yeah, they would have figured out a fucking way to get it over here. But like, if the cartels were not, like, if they were from fucking Africa, bro, or if they were like from Europe or Asia, like, would it have been that easy for them to get into America the way that they are? Because if he's getting caught in fucking in Riverside, bro, if his son got caught in Riverside, it's like, bro, that's miles, hundreds of miles past the southern border. So he definitely fucking, like, there's definitely hundreds of cartel members in Cali at this point. If that's the case. I don't know.
In Washington, D.C. The charges: conspiracy to distribute methamphetamine, cocaine, and fentanyl. Weapons charges: murder conspiracy. The verdict: guilty on all counts. The sentence: life in prison plus 30 years. The forfeiture order: $6 billion, $6 billion. That's how much money the U.S. government says El Menchito made trafficking drugs. That's how much they are seizing. His lawyer argues the sentence is excessive. Everything happened in Mexico, he says. This should have been tried in Mexico, but fentanyl deaths happen in America. American addicts, American families, American juries, life plus 30 years, no parole. El Mencho has now lost his son forever. His daughter served 2.5 years. His wife was just released a few weeks ago. His brothers are in custody. His son-in-law is serving 11 years. The man who ruled an empire is now essentially alone. We need to go back for a moment. 6:30 in the morning, Mexico City, one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in the capital, Lomas de Chapultepec. Omar Garcia Harfuch, the head of Mexico City Police, is driving to his daily security briefing. A black SUV bodyguards, routine morning. Then armed men block the road. There are maybe a dozen of them. They open fire with 50 caliber machine guns, rifles, grenades. Hundreds of rounds pepper the police chief's vehicle. Garcia Harfuch takes 3 bullets. His 2 bodyguards are killed. A woman delivering food who happened to be driving by was killed. Garcia Harfuch survives. From his hospital bed, he tweeted, We were cowardly attacked by CJNG. This is unprecedented. The cartels have killed plenty of local officials, state politicians, small-town mayors, but attacking the police chief of Mexico City in the heart of the capital, that's a declaration of war. El Mencho ordered the hit. Now fast forward to February 22nd, 2026. Today, Omar Garcia Harfuch is now Mexico's Federal Secretary of Security, the top law enforcement official in the country, and he just helped oversee the operation that killed El Mencho. 6 years later, the man El Mencho tried to assassinate is the man who signed off on his death. Early morning,
it's definitely personal.
The mountains around Tapalpa, Jalisco, Mexican Army Special Forces launch an operation. Air Force helicopters, National Guard units, intelligence from the National Intelligence Center, and according to the Mexican government, complimentary information from United States authorities. American intelligence helps track El Mencho's location. The Special Forces find a CJNG compound, armed men, vehicles, weapons. They move in. The cartel opens fire, just like 2015, except this time, they do not have enough warning. This time, the military does not retreat. 4 cartel members are killed at the scene. 3 more are seriously wounded, including El Mencho himself. He takes multiple gunshot wounds. They load him into a helicopter for evacuation to Mexico City. He dies during the flight. Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, age 59 or 60 depending on the source, the most wanted man in Mexico, the leader of the most violent cartel on earth, dead. Within hours, Mexico is burning. CJNG's response is immediate and massive. Roadblocks appear across 6 states: Jalisco, Michoacan, Colima, Tamaulipas, Guanajuato, and Aguascalientes. Buses are set on fire, trucks are torched in the middle of highways. Pharmacies and convenience stores burn in Guanajuato. Shootouts are reported across multiple cities. In Guadalajara, gunfire is heard near the airport. Passengers panic. Videos show people running across tarmacs, trying to reach cover. In Puerto Vallarta, the resort town where American tourists go for vacation, plumes of smoke rise over the city. Air Canada suspends all flights. Jalisco's governor activates a code red. Public transportation is suspended. Citizens are ordered to shelter in place. The U.S. State Department issues advisories telling Americans in Jalisco, Michoacan, and Tamaulipas to stay indoors. This is the cartel's signature move, the same playbook from 2015. Chaos, destruction, fear. You killed our leader, so we burned the country. The question
he did say, after let me
now is whether it works.
Past that, because I probably can't show that.
Experts have been.
That was wild. He did say earlier that after the first time that happened, right, that the cartel went wild, and then that kind of calmed shit down. Like the government decided to play ball for years to come, basically until now. So will that happen again? If the cartel gets that crazy, will they be able to force the government to kind of just laying low? You know what I mean? Rolling over.
About this moment for years. The kingpin strategy, targeting cartel leadership, has a mixed record. When El Chapo got captured, the Sinaloa cartel fractured into warring factions. Violence increased, not decreased. When OCL Cardenas Guillen, the head of the Gulf cartel, got arrested, his enforcers, the Zetas, split off and became their own cartel, one of the most brutal organizations Mexico has ever seen. Every time you kill a Hydra head, 2 more grow back. El Mencho's death does not mean CJNG disappears.
Right.
It means CJNG's lieutenants start fighting over succession. It means rival cartels see an opportunity to take territory. It means more violence, not less. Fentanyl keeps flowing. The labs keep producing. The precursor chemicals keep arriving from China. Nothing stops. Mexico's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, has criticized the kingpin strategy. She has said targeting leaders just creates power vacuums.
Yeah, she also fucking said that she doesn't want to violate the rights of the cartel.
And more killing. But she's also under immense pressure from Washington. President Trump has threatened tariffs, military intervention, and the designation of cartels as terrorist organizations. She needed a win, and El Mencho's death is, at least on paper, the biggest win Mexico could deliver. Let's count the bodies. El Mencho's estimated death toll from drug trafficking, hundreds of thousands. The fentanyl epidemic alone has killed over 500,000 Americans since 2015. He wasn't solely responsible, but CJ&G was a primary supplier. Police killed by CJ&G dozens. At least 24 in one 6-week period in 2015 alone. 9 in the helicopter shootdown. Politicians assassinated under El Mencho's orders remain unknown. But CJ&G is linked to killings of mayors, judges, and government officials across western Mexico. His own people killed, countless. Cartel justice is brutal. Beheadings, dismemberments, bodies left on highways as warnings. El Mencho didn't just sell drugs, he sold terror. He sold the idea that no one, not the police, not the military, not the government, could touch him. For 11 years, he was right, then he wasn't. Here's what I can't stop thinking about.
Out of nowhere like
In 1966, a boy is born in an avocado village so poor, most people have never heard of it. By 5th grade, he's done with school. By 14, he's guarding marijuana fields. By 20, he's running heroin in California. By 30, he's been to prison and back. By 40, he's a cartel assassin. By 50, he's the most powerful drug lord on earth. By 60, he's dead in a helicopter, bleeding out while special forces fly him to Mexico City. 50 million people have watched Netflix documentaries about El Chapo. Books have been written, movies made. El Chapo became a celebrity suit. El Mencho never wanted that. He stayed invisible on purpose, no interviews, no photos, no fame. But his impact might be greater than El Chapo's ever was. The fentanyl, the violence, the systematic destruction of Mexican institutions. His son is serving life plus 30 years. His daughter did time, his wife, his brothers, his son-in-law. The Oseguera Empire is in ruins, and El Mencho himself died the same way he lived, in the mountains of Jalisco, surrounded by enemies, with nobody who could save him. They say the family he left behind has enough money hidden to last generations.
Of course.
They say the cartel will survive under new leadership. They say this changes nothing. But today, for the first time in over a decade, El Mencho is no longer the most wanted man in the Western Hemisphere. He's no longer anything at all. If you learned something from this video, subscribe. Most channels won't tell you about drug lords who built billion-dollar empires from avocado fields. I will. Next video drops soon.
Hey, he will. Go give him a follow, subscribe, Street Files. 700,000, that shit's went up almost 100,000 views since I started watching it 25 minutes ago. Pretty good video. Fucking kind of goes through everything. I did not know El Mencho was a cop. Like I said, it made perfect sense because he was just trying to, you know, plot, get the understanding of the layout. You know, I did not know his son was born in America. Yeah. This shit's gonna get ugly, guys. It's gonna get ugly before it gets better. Prayers out to everybody in Mexico. Take care of yourself. Goddamn. Okay. I've been watching a lot of fucking Key and Peele skits, bro.
Garbage? Huh? Can I take your garbage?
Yeah, sure.
So we can start over.
Here to fix the copier? Yeah, sure.
It needs to be fixed.
Who the hell are you guys?
The important question is, who are you if it isn't Mr. Stanley? I was here first.
Voiced.
Sweep this. Trust the field.
This is a fucking battle? Turn to a woman? Alright, I'm done. I'm done with that. Alrighty, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are ruined for me now. Because this dude looks like one? What the fuck? What is that? This is Arabian drifting? He's in a Honda, bro. Just. Fucking sick. He's fucking killing it right there, dude. Get the fuck out of here. I don't see Al Mensch right there. What the fuck is all this shit? What is my feed, bro? Cartels have crossed the red line after unleashing chaos in Mexico and putting U.S. citizens in imminent danger. Congressman Tim Burchett and Senator Mike Lee are demanding the immediate passage of a historic bill that would authorize modern privateers to hunt down and destroy the cartels. Yes, you read that right. Ex-SEALs, ex-Rangers, Marine Raiders, and elite private contractors with a free hand to pursue these narco-terrorists on their own turf. Constitution allows the president to hire privateers. It's happened before in history. They'll recruit the best elite operators still active in the private sector and give them the green light to go after these cartels wherever they hide. Dude, hire Burnt Peanut. Give Burnt Peanut a shotty and an LMG and fucking... You know what I mean? Bro just went for a selfie halfway through the fucking fight? I'm just bumping fucking music I shouldn't be bumping right now. Spraying bullets into buildings. It said that was a like a specific building though, right? The municipal presidency. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but fucking prayers out to everybody in Mexico, bro. That's scary, man. I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine. A girl in Mexico because she bought a non. Oh, yeah, bro. The internet does not fuck around. Trump says Mexico rejected U.S. troop deployment. He confirmed President Claudia Sheinbaum turned down his offer to send troops to combat drug cartels, but she's afraid of them. Trump said the U.S. would be honored to help, as reports of American citizens kidnapped. There's nothing more.
Into Mexico to take care of the cartel. So Mexico is saying that I offered to send U.S. troops into Mexico to take care of the cartel. She wants to know, is that true? Do you think I'm going to answer that question?
That's why I'm asking. We'll see.
I will answer it. It's true. Absolutely.
This motherfucker had a Kanye moment. I'm not going to say what type of doctor it was.
It's true. I will answer it. It's true. Do you think I'm going to answer that question?
That's why I'm asking. We'll see.
I will answer it. It's true. Because they should be.
I will answer it.
There are horrible people that have been killing people left and right. They've made a fortune on selling drugs and destroying our people. We lost 300,000 people last year to fentanyl and drugs. They're bad news. Yeah, that's true. If Mexico wanted help with the cartels, we would be honored to go in. So Mexico's.
Damn, bro. Yeah, that's kind of. That's kind of cut, bro.
Mira, se te apareció el vital, chico, de tu puta madre. ¡Hazte verga! ¡Verga! No está, no está, no. Chíqueselo, chíqueselo. ¡Mátalo!
What I'm tripping on is like, they say that Mexico's kind of. They say that, I've heard, right? I don't know, but they say that Mexico, Ed Calderon said it, right? He said, if you want to take down the cartel, you're going to have to basically take down the Mexican government, right? So, if that's the case, Mexico like, the government has to have kind of been involved with all this shit. Where the fuck is the money at? Were they not getting any money? Was it kind of like a we'll just not pay attention, just let us live type of vibe? Because it's like, if they're really outmanned and outgunned like that, like, I guess it makes sense because the cartels are just making that much money. You know what I mean? They're making crazy bread, so they have better weapons. But it's like, bro, if the government of Mexico is kind of involved, supposedly. They weren't taking any money on the back end. Nobody was. That's fucking crazy, bro. Imagine. Bro, I saw a video yesterday. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe it was in my likes or my bookmarks. That video is crazy. That shit's wild though, cause they pull up in a truck. They drop the back, and look. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do? Like, if that were Call of Duty, and you're playing on Veteran, and that shit pops out, bro, like, good luck. You know what I mean? What the fuck? It's wild, bro. It's really wild. It's really fucking wild what's going on in Mexico right now, guys. Ooh, little Batman Lambo. Little Batman Lamborghini, okay. Gee, that's just fresh. Got the wings. Yeah, it's hard.
States, Michoacan. The U.S. labels this as a level 4 travel advisory state. For reference, some other places around the world that are level 4s are Afghanistan, Syria, North Korea, which is odd because to me, everything seems just fine here. It's quiet, it's cozy, and all the people I've encountered this evening have been lovely. I say it all the time, but yet another example. Don't let the media freak you out. It's good to keep an eye on yourself and it's good to be smart, but you can't hide in a shell because you'll never see anything cool in the world. Get out there and explore.
Well, Luke on the move, that aged poorly.
What have I said that's anti-Semitic? Go.
When you talk about people accepting government money, and the overlay is a bunch of pictures of fraud, you're trying to twist it to make it look like we're doing fraud.
There were welfare programs that were defrauded by Jews. What did I say that was a lie?
There are welfare programs that are defrauded by
Yes, and I
everybody.
made a Minneapolis video as well. I've made several videos. Why are you being so sensitive?
What you're trying to make it sound is like anyone who accepts government money in the Jewish community is doing fraud.
That's your interpretation.
What you're doing is dangerous.
How is this dangerous? Why should you be treated like a protected group? You're asking for special privileges.
No, we're not. We're asking just to be fair, and you're not being fair.
I am being fair.
This is going to make you a lot of money, and it's going to gin up a lot of hatred towards a community that's...
How was that not fair when he just told him he reported on the Haitians, the Somalians in Minnesota, like fucking a month before this video?
That's seeing a rise in anti-Semitism that hasn't been seen in years. Every single day, our lives are at risk, and this is...
Bro, look at him fucking recording in the background. Oh, bro, like, it's a fucking group. You know what I mean? Like, sticking together, brother.
My sponsor literally got pulled out of the video once they learned the topic of that video. I lost the sponsorship. How is that lucrative? Tell me. Do you say anti-Semitism? I say anti-Goyism. Listen, man.
Fucking
you gotta
A.
get in the car, I just noticed. Drive your kid home. Get your groceries. You're getting honked at. Let's go. It was good to meet you, though.
So you're arguing with the United States because the president obviously thought that we should pay for their money, so why don't you move to a different country?
Why don't you move back to Israel then if there's so much anti-Semitism, right? Like that guy said. Why doesn't he go to Israel?
We are giving back.
All right, I gotta watch this right now. I gotta watch that right fucking now, chat. Oh no, I'm about to watch that too. Bro, some of these deep sea creatures are wild. Oh, I forgot about that.
You're not welcome.
Oh. Whew. Well. Tyler Oliveira got another banger for us. The city of New Jersey has a humongous population of Jewish people. I exposed New Jersey's Jewish invasion. Came out 4 hours ago, about 6 p.m. Pacific. Let's check it out.
You're not welcome here, and you're not welcome in a lot of other places based on your videos.
You don't own this place. You don't own America.
No, you should move on. Nobody wants you here. Please move out.
Tyler, it seems like you discovered that anti-Semitism is lucrative, no?
So the president obviously thought that we should pay for their money, so why don't you move to a different country?
Why don't you go back to Israel? That would be my question.
I got
Keep
like
public safety.
I would say 150 calls about you already.
What are they calling about?
People trying to live a quiet life. You two gentlemen, I saw a video of you walking into 136 Hillside. They asked not to come back.
Amazing.
If you come back, it'll be a trespassing.
So you say anti-Semitism, I say anti-Goyism.
The Jewish community is extremely racist.
You have a group of people that call themselves God's people. You are a Semite supremacist.
Elon Musk has 12 kids. Why can't I have 12 kids?
He pays for them. You're arguing that I should pay for your kids.
I'm arguing that the government said.
That's our money. I pay taxes.
Excuse me, sir. What are you doing? Can I call the cops on you?
Maybe in a corrupt hellhole. So what am I being pulled over for?
We got a call. Keep your hands on the steering wheel when you do so.
This is Lakewood, New Jersey, home to one of the largest and fastest growing Orthodox Jewish communities in America, having anywhere from 6 to 10 kids per.
You can't do this shit in Beverly Hills. That's all I'm saying. Good fucking luck. You know what I mean?
Family, causing the community's rapid growth to spill into the neighboring towns of Jackson, Toms River, Brick, and Howell, causing non-Jewish residents to fear that their town will soon be turned into Little Jerusalem, just like Lakewood.
The tactics within this community, I would liken it to organized crime.
You were the vice chairman of the Israel Advisory Committee for Donald Trump in 2016. How did you get a relationship with the White House? Who in the White House?
I don't think I want. I think I don't want to say.
Who are we messing with here right now, Chris? Is this video a mistake, man?
I'm going to be honest. The powers out here are pretty immense.
It's not about Jackson. Jackson is a test case. If it isn't squashed soon, is going to take over the entire country.
It's already a problem in all the surrounding towns. You have
Already
billionaires
happening.
from Lakewood being involved. People connected to the President of the United States.
In New Jersey, is there room for a two-state solution?
No, there's clearly not. I think it's going to be a fight.
I ride around Lakewood. There are near Lakewood, outside of Lakewood, and all these towns around Lakewood, there are housing developments. Where Goyim live, there are no Yidden there yet, but all these housing developments, someone who they could turn it around. We saw what happened in Lakewood itself. There are a lot of other opportunities if people want to take that jump and become a shtickle pioneer.
As the Orthodox Jewish community consolidated political power in Lakewood, taking majority control of the Township Committee, Planning Board, Zoning Board, and School Board, financially depleting the public school system for non-Jewish kids, overwhelming local infrastructure, and turning a once quiet town into a densely populated, over-trafficked Jewish enclave prioritizing Jews over non-Jews. Before I investigate the Jewish takeover of Lakewood and of the nearby town of Jackson, I first want to visit the town where the blueprint was born, Muncie, New York.
Someone like David Badner saw the opportunity a few years ago. He bought 50 to 100 houses in Muncie. I believe that he single-handedly, in a certain way, turned around Muncie. These are opportunities that come up every once in a while, and someone has to step up to the plate.
Who bought 50 fucking houses? I guess we'll figure out when we get to that point. Local Goy reporter says, that's kind of wild though that they really just, cause they call us Goyim. We're just all some Goys, a couple good Goys out here, you know what I mean? And then when you say that, when you claim it, anti-Semitic. Little wild.
Thanks for meeting up on such short notice, man.
My Muncelandians know we here. We outside. Yeah.
When did you notice Muncie begin to form as a Hasidic Jewish enclave?
I would say 20 years ago, I saw the first start of it, and then every year, it just started to grow exponentially.
Hey!
Angry.
It's me. How are you? Stop what?
They on Tyler. Yo, they on Tyler.
But the Jews here were not happy to see me after I asked how they afford 7 to 10 kids on a single income and if they were on welfare in Curious Joel.
How many kids do most people have out here?
17, 18.
How do they afford 17, 18 kids?
They are proud to do what the Torah says, that you need to be multiple and fruitful.
How do you afford to study the Torah, though?
God help me.
Does the American taxpayer help you, too?
Also, yes.
How do people afford to have such big families out here?
I'm not saying anything.
Are you Tyler?
I'm Tyler.
Are you trying to do another anti-Semitism video?
How did I spread anti-Semitism? That's crazy you said that. Life circumstance, different culture. So this is their way of, like, listen, I know you're frustrated about what some of the things we focused on. Is that kind of what I'm getting at?
Like, walk up to the car,
give us some
bro.
Examples of how things were misconstrued.
Like, what's going on
That
here?
was wrong.
So it's not necessarily misconstrued. Well, it is misconstrued. There's a lot of it that's you'll cut a lot of it, cut out different words, make it sound a lot worse than it is. There's a lot of people here that are on welfare. A lot of people are in Section 8. A lot of people that are on a bunch of different WIC, food stamps, stuff like that.
Sure.
If you go to any low-income communities, you're going to see that. They're all going to be on the different welfares.
Okay, so they were on welfare.
Yeah,
Okay.
no better denying that.
Okay.
But again, it's the way you say it, it's the way you twist it, the way you...
How did I twist it?
Not twist it, again,
How did I-
twist it's the wrong
I'm
word.
just trying to understand where you're coming
Right.
Growing up in an extremely... Dude, go.
The insufferable hug.
They're recording them?
See,
Like, bro.
Say I misrepresent, and then they do that. Like, come on.
I'm not saying they're all good people. It's like I said, wherever you
A
go,
lot
it's
of
going to be
people
the
are
idiots. There's always going to be the assholes wherever you go.
I totally get it.
You talk about the community. It feels like you're trying to create a narrative that you did not find. You found people that are on welfare that have a lot of kids, but your headline did wrote welfare addicted Jews.
What is your frustration? I'm curious. Welfare dependent, welfare reliant, welfare addicted. What's the difference? Tell me. They need it to survive, and without it, they die. What is the difference?
It's addictive to bait click. That's an addiction.
That's an addiction?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you addicted to being a victim or what?
Oh.
The Goyim were grateful someone was finally bringing up their town's issues.
Monserrat, I show you. They take all my money, these people.
You think they take money?
Dude, man.
Bienvenidos a Monsiland con mi amigo. All right, see you, bro.
I think that
How do you like living
motherfucker's
here as a
Indian. I don't think it was Spanish.
Well, I don't
What do
like
you mean
the
by
area.
so-so?
Because the aesthetics.
Do they treat you as one of them? Like,
No,
are you guys
no.
on the same page?
No. They don't bother me because I don't deal with them.
Okay. Do you think there is large-scale welfare fraud out here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a lot. They get away with everything. They get the
Hold
Section 8.
up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a lot. They get
7 people, including Rabbi, arrested in $14 million Rockland County funding scam.
away with everything.
Mortgage welfare fraud bust in Brooklyn, Orange, and Rockland County Orthodox communities.
They get the Section 8.
You notice they're not saying, like, you know, even more some shit, Hashem, Muncie couple arrested and charged with welfare fraud. That's where they're at. That's the city they're in.
They get everything, the free housing and, you know.
Do you think most people work out here in the Hasidic community?
No.
No? How do they afford their bills?
I wish I knew. I would do the same thing, too.
It's like shit.
And what are your thoughts on the driving out here? I got to ask you that. It's the most important question.
I don't want to talk about it.
The driving is crazy.
Okay.
Terrible. Stop sign over there, they don't even stop. They just pass. You know, that's why so much traffic and accidents, and it's crazy.
You saw the Curious Joel video. Why was that video good?
That video was good because I've been in East Ramapo for as long as I remember. I also went to Spring Valley High School. I've been in the school system, and we've definitely seen a lot of things, especially since our school board was majority private school owners, you know, mainly Jewish white men, and most of our school was not Jewish.
They're not
And
white,
they
they're
had
Jewish.
Control over a public white men, and most of our school was not Jewish, and they had control over our public school system over like the past 10 years, purposely voting no on our school budget vote so that way we would fail, and we lost about 3-2 schools.
Basically, through block voting,
3-2 schools.
Orthodox Jews won enough seats to control the East Ramapo school.
Orthodox Jews accused of controlling New York town's education system. Tensions are running high in Rockland County over the $3.2 million sale of Hillcrest Elementary School to a new square yeshiva.
School board and went on to eliminate hundreds of public school positions like teachers and social workers while approving millions of taxpayer dollars to be spent on their
Public schools suffered. Funding for private yeshivas went up. Between 2010 and 2014, spending for private school buses increased from $22 million to $27.3 million. The school board also increased funding for special education in private schools by 33%, while laying off 15 special education teachers in public schools. So they're like, oh, special ed, you guys don't need it. But they do.
Their children's religious private schools, ultimately gutting the
Board accused of gutting public schools, funding in favor of private yeshivas. Civil rights groups allege school board election system in East Ramapo, northwest of New York City, disenfranchises minorities.
public schools to be spent
Don't
on
say.
their children's religious private schools, ultimately gutting the public school system for the estimated 9,000 black and brown public school students while diverting that money to their private religious schools.
They give us food that's rotten and it's cold and it hurts our stomach.
I ask you, do not take our music program away. I love playing an instrument. My brother would be Crash.
And the budget cuts were so devastating that in one instance, an elementary school shut down, and the majority Jewish school board then voted to sell it to a Jewish yeshiva for pennies on the dollar. Basically, the poorest, most vulnerable kids in these communities had their schools gutted and looted, all by a majority Jewish school board whose kids didn't even attend public school.
We believe that some of the decisions that have been made by the board have not been in the best interest of the public school community.
You don't like it, find yourself another place to live.
How was your education?
Holy!
My education, it was
Bold.
decent, but it definitely could have been better if we had the resources that we were allowed to have. But again, for the past 10, 15 years or so, people have been purposely voting no on our school budget vote, so that way we had no funding and money for it.
Yo, I just realized homie's still in the fucking back. This car is a dude who just saw them giving the interview and just pulled up and stopped there. You know what I mean? Like,
school, and you know, that was done purposely.
And who was voting no?
Majority, the Jewish community. You like drive around here, you'll literally see signs saying vote no for a school budget, which I think is crazy. Luckily, we were able to get a ward system to be able to get 3 seats for you know, the wars, but if it wasn't for that, we still would be majority white Jewish men voting for public school students that they don't care about. Yeah, and they purposely go out there to isolate us. They're basically isolated to the point where we feel like this isn't our home.
A lot of people like to say they're ducking taxes and all that. There's truth and lies to that, but I could only tell you that I've only seen the bad part. The bad part is I've seen houses get broken down. I've seen certain spaces, buildings get destroyed for let's just say for more kosher customs, you feel me? So
I want to thank you for showing our community. I don't believe in hiding. I believe we have a tremendous amount to be proud of, and like every community, we're different. We have our goods. Other communities have their positives.
Tell me about what are some of the best things about this community then?
Tonight at sundown, we shut our phones, we shut our cars, we go to shul. The most beautiful part of our religion, do you understand that Orthodox Jews can be anywhere? The sun is coming down, and it's the last opportunity to pray what's called mincha, which is afternoon services. They could be in the most important meetings, and they'll go pray. And they could care less about anything happening. The same things with Shabbos. We come home.
Shabbos.
Our families are waiting. We sing Shalom Aleichem. We welcome in the Shabbos, and you'll say back Aleichem Shalom, right?
Could they feed 10 kids
Yes.
without those programs?
I am one of 10 children.
You're
My
driving a G-Wagon, bro.
My father was never on any welfare. I used to reuse sandwich bags to save my father a penny.
That's great for you.
You're not welcome here, and you're not welcome in a lot of other places based on your video.
What about me, though?
I love you, man. You are funny.
You don't own this place. You don't own America. I can do whatever I want.
Whatever you
So
want.
Get in your G-Wagon. Get to work.
You're not trying to bring people together. You never did, you never will. It's who you are. Somebody hurt you deeply, and I'm sorry.
He was right. Someone did hurt me. Whoever told my sponsors to pull out after making one video exploring a community of welfare-addicted Jews. If you want to help me avoid ending up on welfare too, and get access to all of these videos early, and watch never-before-seen content I can't upload on YouTube, go subscribe to my Patreon at patreon.com/.
I might have to subscribe after this video. I might have to. Give me 1 second though, I'll be right back.
Tyler Oliveira for $5 a month. Back to the video. After speaking to frustrated Goyim in Muncie, I headed to Lakewood, New Jersey. one of the fastest growing Orthodox Jewish communities in America, where a similar Jewish takeover has taken place, leading to the gutting of the public school system, all while turning a predominantly working class
I don't know how long I've been fucking muted. I'm an idiot, bro. I'm gonna laugh at this video later because I don't know how long I've been muted, but fuck it. Consider yourself lucky. You didn't have to hear me rant, you know?
Irish and Italian town into Little Jerusalem.
I'm trying to merge a gap to see if there's any way that we could actually be one community. Because as you can tell, it's two separate communities. Look around. You will not see a non-Jewish resident here.
We got the Yiddish bus.
This is really all Jewish stores.
Sure.
Now, that pizza place, it's going to be kosher pizza, probably.
A lot of these signs are written in Yiddish, and everything's insulated. Basically, you come here to this plaza, get everything you need. Quite convenient, quite nice.
Now, everyone can shop here. Of course, we could go in and they'll be friendly, but everything's geared towards one community. But yeah,
and is it always this way? This part here, is this newly developed in the last?
Oh yeah, so this used to be a concrete yard.
Got it.
So we're almost where we're standing. Used to have rows of concrete trucks.
Sure. It's bustling. Busy. Now, this place was packed with Jews buying groceries for Shabbos, but keep in mind, Goyim are fully allowed to come in here and shop whenever they please.
They're very friendly. I don't think anybody's going to be nasty to us. Is a lot of the fear bullshit warranted? Definitely not. Definitely not. But I do think they don't feel comfortable enough to do it.
But it's important to understand the bigger picture here. As kosher stores move in, more Jews move here too, creating a positive feedback loop where a town rapidly becomes a Jewish hub, ultimately changing the character and identity of a town, and in Lakewood's case, overwhelming the infrastructure. Before we explore the many implications of life for Goyim as towns like Lakewood become increasingly Jewish, I want you to understand how quickly the word anti-Semitism gets weaponized in real time out here.
Hold on, before we see that, I will say it's not a bad thing, right? It's not. This is America, bro. This is America, so it's not a bad thing to be able to have your own community. You know what I mean? You see black people always talking about black-owned business, fucking black love. You know what I mean? They're trying to start black communities. What's his name? The director, Tyler Perry, trying to start his own community. Fucking beautiful, bro. I love it. You know what I mean? I wish fucking Mexican people would do that. You go to different cities, you see different little Bangladesh, little fucking Haiti, little fucking whatever. You know what I mean? So I get it. Totally get it. It's completely fine. You want to be around people you're comfortable with, same religion, same fucking, you know what I mean? Morals, common ground. I wouldn't say morals, but, you know, common ground. But it becomes a problem if you're the chosen people. If you're better than everyone else, if we're all just Goyim.
That anti-Semitism is lucrative, no?
Why do you think anything that you don't like to see is anti-Semitism? What have I said that's anti-Semitic? Go.
When you talk about people accepting government money, and the overlay is a bunch of pictures of fraud, you're trying to twist it to make it look like we're doing fraud.
There were welfare programs that were defrauded by Jews. What did I say that was a lie?
There are welfare programs that are defrauded by
Yes,
everybody.
and I made a Minneapolis video as well. I've made several videos. Why are you being so sensitive?
What you're trying to make it sound is like anyone who accepts government money in the Jewish community is doing fraud.
That's your interpretation.
What you're doing is dangerous.
How is this dangerous? Why should you be treated like a protected group? You're asking for special privileges.
No, we're not. We're asking just to be fair, and you're not being fair.
I am being fair.
This is going to make you a lot of money, and it's going to gin up a lot of hatred towards a community that's seeing a rise in anti-Semitism that hasn't been seen in years. Every single day, our lives are at risk, and this is going to lead to more.
My sponsor literally got pulled out of the video once they learned the topic of that video. I lost the sponsorship. How is that lucrative? Tell me. So you say anti-Semitism, I say anti-Goyism. Listen, man, you got a kid in the car, I just noticed. Drive your kid home, get your groceries. You're getting honked at. Let's go. It was good to meet you, though.
So you're arguing with the United States because the president obviously thought that we should pay for their money, so why don't you move to a different country?
Why don't you move back to Israel then if there's so much anti-Semitism, right?
Like that should pay for their money. So you're arguing with the United States because the president obviously thought that we should pay for their money, so why don't you move to a different country?
Why don't you move back to Israel then if there's so much anti-Semitism, right? Like that guy said. Why doesn't he go to Israel?
We are giving back.
Listen, in theory, welfare is a good idea. It's sweet, right? At what point is it too far? Because this is a program designed to help single moms
There's that cop in the back.
Keep the kid from starving.
I also disagree with you that someone doesn't have a right to have a child.
I think you should have a child if you can afford it, right?
Interrupt real quick?
Sure. Let's hear it.
Okay. You two gentlemen, I saw a video of you walking into 136 Hillside. They asked not to come back.
Amazing.
If you come back,
It will be a trespassing charge. You're
Fair
trespassing.
enough. If you don't like the laws of America and you think that the government welfare is stupid or whatever,
I would like to change the laws. Just like you would like to create anti-Semitism protection laws that give you guys protected classes and protection against anti-Semitism, whatever that means, right?
Yeah. So
why don't you go back to Israel? That would be my question.
Because I like it here.
Same here. I like it here, but I like to make some changes. We can both agree on that, right?
So please keep on moving.
God bless you. There we go. He loves us.
I know. Make a change.
Yeah, you guys have group chats of me. You guys say, beware.
Hold up. What are they saying about him?
There we go. He loves us.
I know. Make a change.
Yeah, you guys have group chats of me.
Tyler Oliveira has reportedly been spotted in Jackson near the Dunkin' Donuts off South New Prospect and possibly meeting with Jackson Council member Chris Pollock.
You guys say, beware of this.
Tyler Oliveira, a YouTuber who recently made a slanderous hit piece against Kiryas Yoel, is now filming in the parking lot of Gourmet Glatt in Jackson. Community leaders have advised people not to engage with him as he will simply twist your words to make the Kahila look bad. That's of course, that's what he's doing. Look at him. Trying to get a picture. He's just lurking. Look at Tyler. You sneaky fuck you, Tyler. How dare you?
Yeah, like I'm like Hitler or something. I'm like, come on, dude. I'm a nice guy. I talk to everyone.
Elon Musk has 12 kids. Why can't I have 12 kids?
He pays for them.
Your story point over here is that people can't have children if they can't afford them. You, as a society, are born from people who started with two people. Two, okay? Adam and Eve. That's it. You want to go with the Big Bang, but it started at some point. There was two people. And now there's billions, and there was trillions throughout the world. So you're saying if you can't have kids...
What does that have to do with anything? All of us
right.
have welfare. Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel. Did
welfare
they have a government
we live
to
in
pay
a government,
for
we live in a
kids?
government that decides that if you have children, we're going to help you. Now, everyone does their part.
You should not have more kids than you can afford. You're arguing that I should pay for your kids.
Okay.
That's what you're arguing.
I'm not arguing that I don't pay for the kids.
You are.
I'm arguing that the government said.
No, that's our money. I pay taxes. I shouldn't be funding your
And you
kids.
elected Donald
Should
Trump.
not be funding your kids. You don't pay for my kids. Okay, fuck, I could do this all day.
Why don't you go?
You should go. You're
Fucking same. Tyler, bring me with you, brother.
Right, no, you should move on. Nobody wants you here. Please move out.
He was saying, Tyler, he loves me.
So
man.
we're not allowed here?
Come. You want to come to the corner?
Where? Over there? Let's go move. Let's go.
You know, I know what you did in the video, and we all saw it, and we still see it. But it's like...
What did I get wrong?
Nobody can cross the government. The government knows everything. The United States federal government knows everything.
Not if you're fraudulently found.
No,
Right.
it's not true. That if you feel that you live in a country that is corrupt,
I do.
why are you still living here?
Well, not everyone has options, right?
I can give you a list of 15, 20 countries off the bat that you can live in.
Yeah, regardless, let's say America is corrupt, I still want to live here.
You understand?
Oh, but hold on. Just because there is corruption here, which there is.
There is no.
What are you talking about? Let's not be silly here.
If there would be corruption, the FBI would love to come here first than any other location in the world.
Come on, that's not true.
Well, I read the numbers in Minnesota.
22 people indicted for Medicaid fraud?
Numbers in Minnesota. And listen, you can attack them as much as you want. What they did, that's big numbers, man.
Both of your schools had money laundering. You had people, yes, both of them.
There's 45 schools here.
So BMG had people that were charged with money laundering, and so did the school for special buildings.
As of when?
2019, 2018, 2017. Look it up. It's all over Google.
I don't look it up. You got to show it to me.
Come on.
95% of people in this vicinity between these 4 or 5 zip codes work very hard.
Yeah.
So if you want to go and dig in a place like here, Lakewood, where the same capital you're going to find in this small percentage.
You're making me want to dig now. You're making me want to look.
You're already digging, man. You're digging already for
I'm at Whole Foods.
4
What
months.
are you talking about? 4 months?
What do you mean? Go break your head. You can keep on breaking your head.
I will break my head.
No problem. Eventually, when you break your head too
Let's hear it.
much, you end up digging water. When you dig water, there's nothing under it.
What the fuck is this guy talking about?
Really like a continuation of Lakewood. By the way, I don't know if you know how I toppled the government there. They had all these anti-Semitic laws. It was crazy. I had 2 conversations with the White House. Eventually, DOJ got involved. But anyway, so I don't know. Are you already doing your Lakewood thing?
I'm here with Dr. Richard Roberts. You sold a pharmaceutical company for $800 million. You are the vice chairman of the Israel Advisory
He looks...
Committee.
that motherfucker looks like he's already fucking regretting it. Look at his fucking face, yo. He's already regretting. He's like, why the fuck did I sit down with this dude? What am I thinking?
2016?
Yes.
And you reached out to me. Why did you reach out to me via email?
Because you posted that, first of all, you did your video, Curious Yoel in New York, and got a lot of Orthodox Jews very, very upset.
But why did you reach out to me?
But towards the end of the video, you saw the altruism in the community, and you seem to respect that. And since I could see that you seem to me to have a sincere desire to actually get the real facts, because, you know, if you were just bigoted against us, you wouldn't be struck or commenting on the altruism in our community.
But you casually toppled the Jackson government. A, what does that mean? B, how did you get a relationship with the White House?
I never spoke to DOJ. I did speak to people in the White House twice to tell them what was going on, because...
Who in the White House?
I think I don't want to say.
First off, though, so you mentioned Jackson's a continuation of Lakewood. You toppled the governments. You went to the White House willy-nilly. Called? Okay. You're connected to the White House.
By the way, I rarely leave my house.
Which just goes to show the scale of your connections.
Right, what the fuck?
Like, shiver me timbers. Who am I dealing with a little bit here, right? Like, this guy's...
Little old
my,
me.
All right, so he's calming. And you might be wondering, why are mega wealthy Jewish power brokers connected to Donald Trump trying to set the record straight with a lowly goy tuber like myself?
Because he's a fucking...
question. Why are they so afraid of me?
I think they just don't want you to portray Lakewood in a bad way. That's really all it is.
Is there any bad to see?
There's bad to see everywhere. It's good to see everywhere.
Exactly. Good, bad, and the ugly everywhere, right?
100%. I used to live here in Lakewood when I was in 9th and 10th grade. I love Lakewood. There's so much Jewish life here. It's so easy to be Jewish, and everything's cheaper. It's amazing here.
Why did Lakewood become such a large Jewish hub?
So I think it started with BMG, Base Marriage Gavoa, and then you had a lot. You know BMG?
Yeah. Tell me more about BMG, though, right? I hear it's like the Harvard of yeshivas.
Yes, it's top notch. You just sit and learn all day. You already finished your high school phase. Most people went to Israel already, came back, and they just sit and learn all the time. It's amazing.
Most people went to Israel and came back. Ari Shafir talked about that. He said every Jewish young man must go to Israel to learn for 2 years, and then they come back to America. Some people say that shit's anti-Semitic to even say that. I've actually read that. Some people say if you think every fucking Jewish man is sent back to the motherland, you know, to learn, you're fucking crazy. Obviously not every. I wouldn't assume every. But, like I said, Ari Shafir said that was a thing. Not me, Ari Shafir. And he said you're basically taught to just hate everybody else. I'm almost positive he said that. Where he said that was the moment he realized, like, yeah, this ain't for me. This ain't I don't believe. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I used to do it when I was a teenager. Lakewood's an amazing place and everything, and I think I've seen your videos all over. I just think that people get nervous and stuff like that, but you're just coming here filming the truth, and you're working just like we are. That's it. We're all in the same boat.
What should we know about Lakewood?
It's a great place. You're always welcome here.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we've got it's welcoming for the most part. A few guys are fired up.
That guy don't look like he's welcoming them.
To speak, have a conversation.
Do a little pss. Okay, man.
What whisper did we miss?
Nothing. I gotta go now, but
I love it. To a T. A guy gets a whisper, and he goes quiet. Would you like to say anything? How you doing? Or with this guy whispering in his brethren's ears, he comes up when they're talkative and sweet, and he goes pss, 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 and then they stop talking. It is miraculous. Tyler, good to meet you. What's your name?
If I say something good, you're gonna put it on?
Let's go. So we just met up with the guy. He was like pissed off that we like come around here and explore. This guy's killing me, dude. The pss, pss. He's treating you like a child.
So good, the whole world's gonna laugh so nice. I know.
This is pathetic. He's treating you like a child. Who is this guy?
Why are you guys being told
pathetic.
What to say?
Let the man speak. Okay, does that not look like suspicious activity?
Why is there so much secrecy if you have nothing to hide?
Why would he do that? He's the head whisperer. All right, tell me what you're going to say.
How much money everyone makes in this town? Crazy amount.
What?
He said, you know how much money people make? A crazy amount, but then why are they all on fucking welfare?
Also gonna follow us, just FYI.
Gonna follow us.
There's a police special response unit, and the cops had their internal monologue that they're gonna just trail us around.
Amazing. So given that the cops are being called so often, they're just gonna follow us around all day. Land of the free, home of the brave. And then I stumbled upon a kosher collision. Another example of Lakewood's infamously terrible driving.
A kosher collision.
Traffic that is out here, how much traffic there is. We wanted to show some of the driving differences out here.
I don't think you're saying a fair statement. This has nothing to do with Ben's driving.
Oh, what does it have to do with bad driving skills or snow?
It was totally because of the snow.
Fair.
It was a miscommunication. But
That's fair.
I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
That's not what happened. There were actually no one on the road when this happened.
Totally fair, okay. You need help getting pushed? All right, all right.
Well, why are you making up a story? Because you need a documentary. There was not one car in sight that accident.
Oh, you just hit the wall.
That's it.
You didn't hit anyone?
No.
Do you need help getting pushed? Okay, we're gonna get out of here. Oh, you're good. Different than anyone else.
You need a job.
I agree.
You need a job?
No, I mean, I'm employed. I employ a lot of people, actually.
Yeah, you make money for doing nothing.
For doing nothing? Do you think moving capital and charging interest is something more valuable than I do, or what?
What? I think
He
you
said
should
what?
write about
Tell me.
the hundreds of thousands of people that do favors for people every day.
Tell me more.
Open up a book. You never saw so many charity organizations as you have here in Lake.
I know there's so many 501c3s. It makes me wonder. Are they all charitable? Are they fiending for tax exemptions? You know, would you say this is a great place to move to for a young family? If I have a kid or a wife, a young wife. Okay. Not just the Jews.
My best friends are going.
Okay. Respect. What do we have here? We have a.
My best friends are
Hey, it's good to
going.
meet you.
You see that?
I saw it. What is the name of that organization once again? Hatzola. Okay, good to meet you, man. See you later. And we
You
have
got fucking
Hatzola, up here to help the community.
Sirens on and shit.
Yeah, this guy doesn't even know what the
Lights.
First Amendment is. Don't be a joker, bro. Come on. Yes. Come over here. Come over here.
He said we're busy with an accident. That guy was clearly bitching to him about
Here
him.
to help the community. Yeah, this guy doesn't even know what the First Amendment is. Don't be a joker, bro. Come on.
He's like, fuck off, dude.
Yes. Come over here. Come over here. All right. Let me. I need to get you like a second number son. What's your Instagram? You got Facebook?
No, I don't.
Look at these hundreds. My phone number's been leaked.
You're a little child. Give me a number. I promise you.
Why are you insulting?
I'm not insulting.
You
Because
just insulted. Come on, I'm a little child.
So give me a number. I promise you I'll make it worth it for you.
All right, look, give me your email. Give me your email. Give me your email.
732. Give you my number.
All right, hold on. And what was your first name?
Moshe.
We're gonna do some big stuff.
You're afraid, I see.
I don't even know what's going on. Oh man, these guys are next level. I feel like I got dropped off on an alien planet.
And you might be wondering, what is Hatzola and how are they able to blast through red lights like that?
It's like a community watch, but they think they are cops. If you notice, they had their lights on and they just ran a red light, just like a police officer would do. No uniform. They had the Jewish uniform on, white pants and the curls.
Jew in a police car is what it looked like, but he's not a police officer, and he's blasting through the lights like he is a cop. There's a Hatzola billboard right there, Mike. And what is that for?
I mean, you're asking me questions. I don't know if I have the answers to why. Because once again, because there's competing Hatzola. You have competing groups of these.
Of a non-profit volunteer emergency service?
Yes. It sounds like a business, right?
But literally every organization out here is a tax-exempt 501c3. If you dig through the filing, go on ProPublica.com, you'll be surprised to realize everything basically is a tax-exempt 501c3.
Yes, because it's all through the religions.
What are your concerns? Why are we interviewing you?
So, I think I echo the concerns of many non-religious people.
That's just at Cars for Kids. I've been hearing that a lot.
Is how one group of people gets to act that is separate, segregated from everybody else.
And that group being Jews.
Yes, Jews, exactly. Yeah, 100%. But you know what? It's in my area. It's Jews. In other areas, like you obviously see the Somalian, right? In Minnesota, there's things that are happening all over the area. But yes, in my particular area, it is Jews, and it's Jews that are expanding their territory.
Okay, so my name is Jenna Galarza.
That dude had a shirt that said, "Hold my beer, George Washington."
Lived in Jackson for approximately 23 years. I want to say it really started affecting me when I had my children. I have twins, they're 20 now. In assimilation perspective, you want to be able to teach your children how to talk to other children and, be part of other cultures. And that was when it really started hitting me.
What hit you?
Let's say if I would go to a store which was closer to Lakewood, I'm pushing a double stroller, I have twins. And I noticed that nobody would hold the door open for you. At one point, a door literally got slammed on my twin stroller. And I was just like, whoa. At that point, there wasn't a lot of Orthodox living in Jackson, but they were coming to our parks a lot. And they would come to the parks, busloads, vans full. And the park would just get turned upside down. I mean, we're talking about diapers being changed anywhere and being thrown on the floor. We're talking about children literally urinating in public and absolutely not interacting with your children. So listen, at that time, if it was a minion, there was 10 men, not a big deal. But then you started to notice that it was no longer just 10 people. It was 20 people and 30 people. Just completely changing the feel, the character, the comfort that you once had in your neighborhood is no longer there.
And another source of conflict is the Jewish community using residential homes as places of worship, often without approval from the Jackson Planning Board, bringing in tons of outside traffic and destroying the peaceful quality of the neighborhood.
We can have even where if you work in an office and there's 10 Jewish men there, you can just take a conference room for 10 minutes. We don't need like a formal like church. I've prayed in parking lots with, we're going somewhere and there's get other guys together and
but if you're living in a residential neighborhood and this house becomes like a revolving door of people coming in and praying constantly, parking their cars, I imagine there's some quality of life concerns, right? Increase in traffic and the streets being covered with cars and people all over the place, or what?
I don't think that that's what really happened, but maybe on like the Sabbath. But you'll have any Semites will probably say that because they don't like us. They don't want us.
Oh, it's the anti-Semites.
Have any Semites will probably say that because they don't like us. They don't want us.
Holy shit, bro.
This home used to be probably about 1,100 square feet. It does have a new owner.
Okay.
Apparently, they did get permits to expand on their house. Most of the permits are just, kind of just given. Nothing is really followed through.
Okay.
This home will be being used for a full-out temple.
Temple?
Yeah. Well, that means that they're going to be praying in this home several times a day, probably staying over on Friday nights until Saturdays. As you could see, there's no parking lot here. This is going to affect every person that lives here. And the other problem that I have with this, and that I think should be looked into, is there's definitely funding going to these places.
If I was a concerned neighbor and I said, hey, they're building a temple, what the hell? What might happen next?
You would probably be called an anti-Semite. They will make your life miserable. Nobody wants to live across the street to a synagogue. It is a tactic of getting people to sell their homes, and they will have buyers for them.
And you see this, and then you watch buildings get built before they're approved. They build and ask permission later, and then if they even don't get permission, they sue and they win for permission. So when you have all these things where they're creating hatred, they create the double standard, they create the animosity between two groups. And when I say they, I mean governments and people that buy off politicians to make favorable laws, because a lot of the shit they do is legal because they bought the politicians to make it legal.
Do you think residents in Jackson who do not want Jackson to be majority Jewish or to look, feel, and sound like Lakewood, do you think that is anti-Semitic?
Well, people have a right to freedom of speech and freedom of their opinion, even if they're going to be bigoted.
Do you think that's bigoted, though, right? Because I imagine you don't want this place to be Islamic.
Only because the radical Islamists want to kill us. Other than that, I have no problem.
And they're radical Jews and they're radical Christians, right?
Which Orthodox Jews are radical Jews that want to hurt people?
Many people could argue there are
the one that fucking called everybody goyim.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, you wouldn't want Lakewood to become predominantly Muslim. Radicalism aside, though, right?
Right.
Just like Jackson residents don't want it to be predominantly Jewish.
So if a Muslim wants to buy a house here and pay way more than what the house would sell outside of our community because of the fact that the prices go up when we come in, they're free to do it. Yeah,
but I just don't think it's bigoted for you to not want it to be predominantly Muslim. Why would you? You're Jewish.
So Jackson Strong is kind of like a unofficial organization that I had started. When I saw everything turning, I just was very vocal on social media, and I decided to organize. Certain people really wanted to get involved. There were a few of us that, we would have letter writing campaigns, making a lot of calls to county officials, local officials, and state officials, trying to find out what ordinances could be created, what we could do to help prevent a full-out turnover. A sign would say, Jackson Strong, don't sell, meaning if a new neighbor moves in next to you, don't run, don't sell. Why would you move? Stay strong, right?
Would they sell?
They would sell because it just got too much. And anytime you would say anything about it, you were anti-Semitic. I mean, there were Facebook pages created just to slander me. They would manipulate pictures of me. Pages created just to slander me.
Jenna Kusinelli, who attacks Judaism, Sikhism, now goes after Islam. What can we expect from a woman who screams at Holocaust survivors? She's over here yelling at old people? Get the fuck out of here. It's not happening.
You know, they would manipulate pictures of me. They would put, you know, Russian hats on me, a Hitler mustache. You know, these were things that were even coming out of Israel. At one point, there was a post where, you know, somebody had said that, you know, she needs to have an ice pick in her eye, you know, and something like that. I did go to the prosecutor's office, and my Jackson Strong page was taken down for no good reason at all. It was just taken down. There was a page, Rise Up Ocean County, which was a pretty important part of everything that was happening. That page was taken down also. However, it was hijacked. So when our page was taken down, just for stating the facts, when you're bringing out the Kaporis incidents, when they're cutting the necks of the chickens and blood is pouring through the streets, and then you're talking about that and you're posting videos, and all of a sudden your Facebook page gets taken down, only to be replaced with a complete anti-Goyim harassment page, and you could report that.
Point of this page is to point out how ridiculous the hate that is going around is. Can everyone relax and not try to find things to get your neighbor in trouble or to pick on one religion, and there is no they and us, it's just us as one nation under God. Why they didn't even put God? Spread the love. Life is hard enough with real issues, not zoning laws. Have dialogue, talk to your neighbors, stop posting on stupid Facebook pages. Hopefully we'll start spreading love. Stop posting on stupid Facebook pages. As they post on a stupid Facebook page.
Page over and over, and you could have a campaign of people reporting that page, yet that page remained up.
Do you want Lakewood to be predominantly Muslim? Just you personally?
No.
And why?
Because it's a...
Let's say they don't want to kill you.
I'm fine with people moving in, but to have Jewish schools, we have to have a critical mass of Jews here to support Jewish schools. To have kosher grocery stores, supermarkets, we have to have a critical mass of Orthodox Jews here to support kosher supermarkets. By the way,
so using that logic, why would anyone in Jackson want Jackson to have more and more Jews move? If you're arguing there needs to be a critical mass for...
How are we infringing on their right, on their ability to do whatever they want?
I'm not saying you are, but why would they want that? Why would it be bigoted?
They don't have to want or not want. If somebody's selling their house to an Orthodox Jew, the Orthodox Jew is allowed to buy the house.
Sure, but I'm talking about the people who are not selling their houses to Orthodox Jews.
Then they have the right to do that.
Of course. But that doesn't make them a bigot to not want it. It doesn't mean they're hateful. It doesn't mean they hate you.
What is it in their lifestyle that we're going to change?
All right, so we could start with the traffic. Infrastructure-wise,
double
they're
standards.
just throwing up these ginormous structures. They tend to have basement apartments also, so they'll rent those out. Right now, there is probably upwards 2,000 to 3,000 homes that have been bought and are just being rented out right now by the Orthodox community, that they will move in when they're ready to move into them. There's been a problem with light pollution. Now we're seeing just LED lights everywhere. You know, there's a lot of issues, and then let's just talk about the thing that breaks my heart more than anything, which is the school system. So what's happening is our Board of Education is going bankrupt. Between the formula and the state giving all of the money to the poorer communities, which has been proven to not work. We're losing that kind of funding, but we're being depleted from the busing. We are required by state law to provide busing to all of the private school students. Why are we paying for busing
for buses
schools
for them
that are not teaching a standard curriculum?
Right.
If 80% or 90% of their curriculum is religious studies.
That looked like a grown-ass man, that little kid. What the fuck? That's a 25, 30-year-old man, bro. 40-year-old man, what the fuck are we talking about?
90% of their curriculum is religious studies. Why are the taxpayers paying for that busing? And then to add insult to injury, we have recently sold 2 of our schools, and they have been bought by the Orthodox community.
Who are you, Chris?
I am a councilman in Jackson, New Jersey.
And what are we in front of?
This is the guy that they mentioned earlier in the video, in the text. They were like, oh, Tyler Oliveira is in town. He may be meeting with Chris Pollock figurehead of whatever the fuck. This is that guy.
Right now.
We're in front of the former Sylvia Rosenauer School. The school was unfortunately shut down due to budget issues in Jackson. It was purchased by a private school.
Okay, so this is a private Jewish-only school right now?
Yes. As the state cuts our funding, we continue spending
Was
more
that a
and
cross?
more. Yes.
No.
As the state cuts our funding, we continue spending more and more public money on private schools, and it's kind of creating the perfect storm that's destroying our public education system.
So all of the school systems are completely strained by the influence of the Jewish non-students. They don't even use the public school system, but yet it costs the public school system a lot of money.
We Orthodox Jews, we pay the full school taxes to support the public schools and for busing. And the only thing that we get to use is busing.
You take Jackson Township, their pass-through budget was nothing in like 2017. What pass-through laws are, the federal state laws where it says that the school system has to pay for the busing of private school students. The more people that moved into Jackson, they go to school in Lakewood. So no, Jackson has to bus their kids to Lakewood. Now they don't bus non-Jewish students. They have segregated busing. So you have girls bus, boys bus. It costs the towns millions and millions of dollars, while at the same time, it decreases the enrollment that they have. So when the enrollment decreased, couple that with a really shit school funding formula in New Jersey, the towns spend way more money and they get way less in return.
And now, in a modern day and time, who thinks it's okay to separate boys and girls, not allowing them to be together, not allowing them to go to school together, be on the same bus? And because of a religious practice, you're forcing the public to pay extra money for things like that.
We have to send our children to religious schools because of the values that are taught in the secular schools. If there are population changes, schools consolidate. We're not the first place that's happened, nor the last place.
The Jewish community is extremely racist. Could you imagine if I said that my children could not play with somebody's children because they were black? What a different conversation we would be having. Why is it okay?
We only eat kosher food. If our kids play in a non-religious Jew's home, they might be given non-kosher food to eat. Also, we generally don't have televisions in our home and don't want to bring the secular values of homosexuality, of adultery,
based,
theft, of...
This is what I'm saying. It's like, I get it. I fucking support it. I agree 1,000,000%. If I fucking like the Raiders, you know what I mean? And my son's fucking best friend's family likes the Chargers, you know? I'm gonna fucking be like, hey, bro, you can't go there as a joke. Can't go there, bro. Charger fans. Make sure you fucking don't eat what they're feeding you, bro. They're trying to make you a Charger fan, you know? I get that. I get it completely. This isn't jokes. This is what they really believe.
Cursing, and go on and on. We don't want to bring this into our society. The Orthodox Jews are paying full property tax, which is how the schools are funded, and we don't get the benefit of the school building, the school teachers. So we have to also pay for our private education. So they're getting our money and we're getting nothing for it.
Your funding is going to go down. You're going to have to make cuts. You're going to have to keep closing schools. They just shut down another big school, which is going to be converted into, might be one of the world's largest yeshivas right here in town. Let's be real. New Jersey State is essentially a criminal organization because everything they do is for some type of special interest, for somebody to benefit somehow.
They take a house, they get that house built for a public mikveh only for Jewish people, right? So they say it's for the public, but it's not. It's just for a select private group of people. The house is now a 501c religious organization, so it doesn't pay taxes, so the town loses the tax money. Yep. And then, like in this case, that mikveh was being built before it was even approved, so everyone sees that.
This is going to be a mikvah, which is a religious bathhouse.
Where women get purified.
Correct.
After their periods?
Yes, and it prepares them for their childbearing time.
Sex.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's little things like this when they get in an area, they put what they need, their special needs. It doesn't benefit the community, anything that they put. It benefits only them.
So this is a house of worship, a shul. This has been operating now probably for about 6 or 7 years. This is one of the ones that we first realized was non-owner occupied. Now,
meaning?
Meaning that you have a better chance of not having issues if you live in the home and you have prayer, but nobody was living in this home.
Okay.
Generally you should have to get the proper permits and everything, but our town has been very accommodating for bad behavior. As you could see, they did install a light for them here, so they could safely pull in and out and cross the street.
And that's a symptom of the increased traffic into this location, right?
Right.
A light just for this house.
Correct. Just for this is zone residential.
As I told you, we have to be together for schools, for synagogues, for kosher food. So you're gonna start buying the next block over. That happens to be Jackson and Tom's River. Now it's going into Howell because we're having lots of children, and thank God we're having lots of children. Thank God almost all of them stay religious, get married early, and they're having children, and the community is just growing and growing.
I'm a dick.
In Jackson, they passed regulations against Orthodox Jews, and not only that, they were harassing us. Let me give you an example. We pray 3 times a day: morning, afternoon, and evening. So Jackson, they were very unprofessional, very amateurish. So they had their code enforcement department counting the number of Jews on the street, and they left the emails on their Jackson Township email system. So when litigation ensued, it came out in discovery. So they say, I see 3 men wearing the garb, carrying Bibles, going into this house. And the inspectors would actually go onto the property and peer into the window to see if we were praying.
Okay, so the house was zoned residentially, and it is being used as a house of worship?
No, but you could just go in there. The guy owns the house. You can just go in there and pray. We do it all the time. Just like, when I have the Super Bowl here, I have 50 people here.
In contrast to the Super Bowl, how often does this congregation happen per year? Is it every week?
Oh no, we pray 3 times a day. Now,
3 times a day versus once a year, though, right? That's an important distinction.
Oh, but I'm saying, but every week they get during football season, get people over watching football, and they get 30 people in the house watching football, right? Anybody in America can do that, and they're not cited for a violation.
You don't think they would have been treated the same if it were a mosque or a church?
There are Christian groups, and they were not harassed like we were.
So you guys were singled out, in your opinion?
Yeah, for sure.
What happened in...
Get the fuck out of here. So he tried to compare it to the Super Bowl. He tried to be like, well, bro, people watch football games. And it's like, yeah, but this isn't a fucking religion, bro. I'm not getting 10 other people throughout the neighborhood to pay for my fucking Super Bowl party. You know what I mean? I'm not getting everyone in the community to pay for a light. You know what I mean? I'm not getting them to pay the electrician, pay the fucking whatever the fuck, right? To pull up, set up shop, connect fucking lights and shit, run cables, do the whole 9 because I'm watching the fucking Super Bowl, because I'm watching football games every Sunday. You know what I mean? That's kind of wild.
Jackson, what anti-Semitic laws is he referring
to? And on top of that, it's fucking a 501(c) or whatever the fuck, so they're not paying taxes. What?
Singled out, in your opinion?
Yeah, for sure.
What happened in Jackson? What anti-Semitic laws is he referring to in his opinion?
So it's everybody is reacting in their own way, zoning law-wise, to try to fight what they do. And what that is like buying corner lots that are unbuildable, using the RLUPA laws to build on them. So what happened was there was a little bit of a rush to stop Lakewood. I would say about 2010-ish, where you saw different towns making different zoning laws. Brick did its own little thing, tightened up zoning laws in certain areas, and they did it in a way where it wasn't pointing out one religion. Jackson kind of did it in a way where they did point out one religion, but...
What does that mean?
So it's like, they tried stopping the shoals in the middle of the houses, but what they did was they worded it and they said things as they were doing. Like the people on the boards were saying stupid shit during the discussion that were anti-Semitic, basically to give them fuel to come in and say, you guys are making anti-Semitic laws. Okay, it wasn't necessarily what they were trying to do; it was how they were trying to do it. Now the council president up there, Mordecai Bernstein, who was a part of it. You have that guy Richie Roberts. They got the DOJ to do an investigation. They sued under RLUPA, and they had the DOJ do an investigation into him. They hammered Jackson. So now it's like Jackson is castrated and cannot even fight it anymore because they got told by the federal government and the state government they get to do whatever the hell they want. So now that's why you're seeing the synagogues going up in single family or multiple family, big houses, $800,000, $900,000 houses. We lost the lawsuit on this property that was too small of a property, unbuildable lot. The people that came out to that meeting made this type of comment. This was deemed anti-Semitic. This is a family neighborhood. We like to keep it a family neighborhood, anti-Semitic. This is what the judge, quote, cited as anti-Semitic. Are you going to be renting this house or are you going to be living in it? Anti-Semitic. What type of family would want to live on this type of lot? Anti-Semitic. That's how petty it gets.
Beginning 10 years ago, they called you an anti-Semite for outlining all of these points. Were you wrong?
I was right. There are plenty of county roads in Jackson. Nobody's saying that you cannot put your house of worship on those county roads where you could put a proper parking lot and you could have proper traffic. So why are we dealing with houses of worship within walking distance that could be on main roads? Air roofs are up. Why instead are we putting them smack in the middle of residential areas? Because it's another way to get people out of there. It's another way to create a complete religious enclave.
And this all begs the question.
Yo, that's kind of fucking true, right? Like if you just walk up into a spot, if I go to the fucking swap meet, bro, and everybody's speaking Spanish, right? If every single fucking stall is speaking Spanish, and I'm Mexican, so that's why I can say this shit. I'm Mexican. If I can't understand them, I'm not gonna go there. If I go to the swap meet and every fucking stall is Spanish speaking, selling fucking Spanish shit, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna go there. I'm just naturally gonna be like, I'm not coming back. It was a good time, I enjoy it, but I'm not coming back because this isn't for me. That's what she's saying. She's saying that these people are moving into houses. They're not moving into they're moving into neighborhoods. You know what I mean? They're not moving into like buildings on a main street, you know, where it's like you have to leave your neighborhood to go to that building. That's not the case. They're putting them in the middle of the fucking neighborhood. So the neighbors who don't agree with that shit, they're like, they have no idea. They have no choice but to leave. That's kind of fucking crazy, yo. Because if this is happening in one city, right? It's probably more. Definitely more. We saw the other one from Tyler. But I'm saying, if this is happening now, bro, within the next 5 years, especially with our fucking administration, this is gonna get fucking way worse, man. Oh, hold up.
Putting them smack in the middle of residential areas because it's another way to get people out of there. It's another way to create a complete religious enclave.
And this all begs the question, does the Jewish community living in peace come at a direct cost of the non-Jews also trying to live in peace? Can the two groups get along? I toured a mostly all-Jew neighborhood in Lakewood to understand Jennifer's frustration a bit more and what she sees as Jackson's seemingly unavoidable future. Where are we at, Jenna?
We are in Westgate, aka Kosher West, aka the Little Tykes Graveyard.
I'm noticing lots of toys on the lawn, car seat that may not be getting used, tons of minivans, many children, many families, full trash cans, abandoned vehicles, a lot going on here.
Correct. This is on the border of Jackson. And unfortunately, I see this as being Jackson's future if we don't get a hold of things.
Let's go for a walk. How large are the families out here?
Again, you know, anywhere from 6 to 12 children.
This is all Orthodox Jews for the most part?
This is predominantly probably 99.9% religious.
Could I buy a home here?
I don't believe you could.
Obviously, legally, according to the Fair Housing Act, it's illegal for them to discriminate against me, but practically speaking, could I buy a home?
No.
Okay.
This community is allowed to police themselves. You know, they're allowed to do what they want to do. Rules don't apply. Yeah, the trash cans. We have a problem now in Jackson with rats, which we've never had before. It's definitely a concern. It's a complete religious enclave, yes.
And this bus right here is paid for by a Lakewood taxpayer, correct?
Right.
We're walking. We're trying to walk. You got to... Yes. Call the cops.
Here, it's strictly about religion, nothing else. All these men going to yeshiva until they're 35 years old, they're not producing college students. They're not producing people that are going to go and benefit the greater good of our society.
sort of an investment in a insulated one-way economy.
In their own shit.
Without anybody contributing.
How are you? Oh, we're filming a little documentary. Yeah, for YouTube. Would you like to say hi?
I actually recognize your face.
I'm infamous. That's me. Yes. It's good to meet you. How are you?
I actually can't shake hands
I
with
see.
you. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I'm
It's good to meet
allowed
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just walking around talking.
Cool. Well, I hope it's interesting.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Also, like, not everybody's the same. Yeah.
This is true. I'm noticing a strong spectrum here of even orthodoxy, right?
Yeah. Even within the Orthodox.
So I got to say, very refreshing. Sweet
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
Said hi. Good luck.
You know, that's
That
the
was
funny
nice.
thing.
That was nice, yeah.
That's the funny thing about it. I mean, a lot of the women are very nice and very welcoming.
Yeah.
And you know, you can have a conversation with them, but at the end of the day, they can't be your friend.
No parking. Look at that.
They don't want to live amongst us. They don't want to live with us. They just want to live and exist and not have us be part of their lives. I mean, we've had people stand up at our council meeting in Jackson and say, I'm sorry, we cannot let our children play with your children.
For the Orthodox community, the reason that we choose sometimes to live with ourselves is because we are, as a culture, very careful with the influences our children have. My children don't know about, they don't have any access to YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, any of these things. And part of that safety is that after school, all of us as neighbors share those same values and rules and restrictions.
It's about you.
That's completely fucking fine, bro. Like, dead ass, like, maybe I'm wrong. I think that's completely normal. I think if you're like, yo, I don't want my fucking kids watching fucking AI slop, you know what I mean? Just fucking being brainwashed. I completely get it. I completely fucking get it. But once the segregation, the fucking our side, your side shit starts happening, it's fucking wrong, bro. It's all bad.
Unity. It's about assimilation. It's about, you know, the American culture, and that's what we're losing.
Can the Jews and the Gentiles get along?
Absolutely. We don't have.
You're calling for unity.
Absolutely. I also understand that this is their way of thinking. This is how they are trained. This is how they were brought up.
We're happy for them to stay. We don't like push them out. We had a neighbor Wheeler right across the street over one house. We were sorry to see them go. Is it bad that you have a house that's worth $300,000 and someone says, I really want to live in this neighborhood, I'll give you $600,000 for it?
I think it's great if you're trying to sell your house.
Okay, and if he doesn't have to. Like this woman, she didn't have to sell her house.
Yeah, I think there's an argument in some instances of people who have claimed that they've been pressured, harassed, or intimidated to sell their house.
So it's not intimidation. It only could be that too many people are knocking on their door asking, do you want to sell your house?
Okay, so well, there's blockbusting.
Okay.
You know, that's when they approach you to sell your house,
Right.
which is a level of harassment. There's intimidation, telling you that, you know, your decorations are not Yiddish, or approaching you and asking you, when are you moving? You know, you could have a child who's 4 or 5 years old, being your neighbor, and you could be very nice to that child, and one day they will just come out and say to you, when are you leaving? Well, that's learned behavior.
I'd say,
They're
oh,
hearing that,
never,
right?
never, ever. I'm gonna be here all fucking my
4, 5, 6
life.
cars per place, tight, super tight houses.
The few people that I've spoken to, a lot of it stems from fear and their loss of their way of life, right? I don't think it stems from hatred, from what I've heard.
So some hate it and some feared a change in their in their neighborhood. These people are moving in that don't look like them, that, you know, seem different, and I can understand it, but there are laws about discrimination, and you know, people bought homes legally because the non-Jews that lived there made a lot of money off the Jews in selling the home.
Well, look at, you know, Little Italy, and look at Chinatown and New York, and how come it was okay for them to live amongst themselves? The key there is assimilation. Their children went to
Right.
public schools. They worked in the public sector. They
And they're
invited anybody
proud of the
who wanted
American
to come into
dream.
their community. They provided for them in their community. Huge difference there. This is not a welcoming community. This is not somebody who's saying,
Look at his
we're gonna
fucking
build
face,
this,
bro.
y'all. Come on in. We want to teach you a little bit about our religion and our beliefs, but we want to involve you in it. And this has been a topic that I have brought up at several council meetings when there have been times when there's been a project or something that they wanted to approve, and we were trying to kind of, you know, bring it to people's attention that this project is not going to benefit the community as a greater good. The Jewish community is extremely racist, and I would go as far to say as the Jackson government should be ashamed of themselves.
Beautiful traffic in under here.
He's trying to cover himself.
Welcome.
Was that
to
a
Judo.
strategic honk?
I think so.
I'm not sure what the strategy there was. Who's he honking at now?
Yeah, go, Tyler. Yes. He's like, oh, skirt.
All right, so you're just honking. I'm not sure what the strategy is. How are you? I came down and waved and said hi. We're gonna see how long he's just gonna remain honking. How are you doing? He's gonna break his horn. This guy does have a cheeky sense of humor, which I can appreciate. That honk was promised to him. Keep him on, please. I think I'm gonna sue. His kids in there is doing that? What?
That's why they fucking think it's okay, bro.
Man, I think this guy actually might be mentally challenged, so we're gonna give him a break. So listen, we can talk all the niceties we want. There is hostility.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? That's not going to happen walking down our streets.
But as we were trying to escape and rest our ears from the Jews honking at us from all directions, I spotted these dudes tracking us. Turns out I had summoned the Shamrim Police, the Jewish community's internal police force that receives both federal funding and township funding.
You guys want to be interviewed?
No.
Okay, respect. Are we in the heart of Lakewood right now?
What do you know for?
I'm just curious. All right, he's pushing it. What's up? You want to do an interview? Okay.
I don't think it was nice how you portrayed the Jewish people and.
Well, what are we talking about? What's the context, real quick?
What's the context?
Are we talking about Curious Joel?
Yes. I just don't think it was you were trying to portray. I think you just came into with a more of what you had a picture in your head.
What do you think I got wrong? What do you think was misrepresented? Like, I'm just trying to learn. What do you actually think I got wrong about it?
Right.
I just think there was agenda.
You gotta elaborate a little bit, though. You know.
What was the front of the?
You call them
YouTube page
dog?
posted as?
You gotta elaborate a little bit, though. You know.
What was? I just think there was agenda.
You gotta elaborate a little bit, though. You know.
That dog, come
What
on.
was the front of the YouTube page posted as? What was the?
Inside the New York town invaded by welfare-addicted Jews.
Thank you. You answered the question.
Was I wrong, though?
I actually think it's not true, but again, you'd say whatever you want. It's not welfare addicted. This is what it is.
Welfare reliance, welfare dependent. What would be a better?
Programs don't have it.
All right. What are you arguing? That I have an obligation as a taxpayer to fund you and how many kids you want to have? If you want to have 30 kids, that's just how it is.
I'm
it's
arguing
the law.
that if the law is set up to have certain criteria for people, and it's according to children, then people who qualify for it, legally qualify for it,
100%.
with no fraud at all, are entitled to get it.
And you'll give me the credit of acknowledging I never said that was fraudulent.
Yes, that's right.
I think it's exploitative by nature, though. Yeah, why don't you throw all your money at them and help sustain their lifestyle? Why do I have to take a cut of my paycheck to go towards Curious Joel's insulated Hasidic Jewish community that has nothing to do with me? I'll never get anything out of. There's zero upside for them to exist for me.
Anyways, we have the government makes criteria
He
for
said,
getting
anyways.
financial aid. And if someone qualifies for that criteria, I'm not sure why when the Jew does it, you're calling it exploitive or taking advantage, but you don't say that to all the other people and populaces that don't have it.
People
I've never
do,
seen
though.
anything of this scale to where the families are this large and sort of baked into their strategy of childhood.
So are you against having children, having a lot of children?
I'm pro-children. That's great. I think you should be able to afford it. And I want to make an important distinction between the Amish, let's say, and the Hasidic Jews and Curious Joel. You tell me what's the difference.
Oh, there's tons of differences.
Tons of differences. Most importantly, as it relates to finance, though, the Amish pay for themselves. They're self-sustaining. They're not reliant on welfare programs funded by the taxpayer.
I think I heard in a video there's 40,000 people in Curious Joel? 44,000. And you spoke to 20 people are out on the street.
Sure, perhaps an insufficient sample size.
And who obviously are not the ones working, because if they're working, they wouldn't have been on the street, they'd be working.
Sure, but it belies a pretty interesting question, right? How do they afford to raise such large families? How do they afford to study full-time?
First, I have to bifurcate your question. Okay. There's two groups. One is the ones who are learning full-time, and the others are the ones that are working. For Hasidim, almost all of them go out to work. However,
I see them, but I didn't believe them.
Married for the first 2 or 3 years, they'll learn Torah full time. The wife will work. They don't have any children yet, or maybe they have 1 kid or 2 children, and then they'll get help from their family. And if their income qualifies, which it probably does, for financial aid, they'll get financial aid.
Okay, we got this guy following us. We're playing games.
So basically, the strat is just go study the fucking Torah for 2 years, and you're gonna be broke. So they're gonna fucking pay for you because you're broke, bro.
Now we got the security van rolling on us as we roll on them. We got 1, 2, 3 police. Surely there's no conflict of interest we're about to experience. I wonder what law they're gonna claim I violated. How you doing? My name's Tyler. How are you?
Josh, man.
Good to meet you, Josh.
What's going on?
I don't know. We're just getting stocked.
Yeah?
Low key, yeah.
You look familiar, man.
My name's Tyler Oliveira. We're filming a little YouTube video. That's me, yeah.
So what are you filming out here?
Documentary on Lakewood, surrounding towns. Am I being detained? Is there a probable cause for this interaction? What's going on?
We just got a concern saying that you're walking up to people, asking them questions, stuff like that.
What's wrong with
this
that?
is America, and that is the First Amendment, right? It's beautiful, and I
Well,
get
when
you're
they
doing your
when
job.
They call us, we gotta come out here, right? See what you got. Just doing like a documentary? or what?
Exactly, just a little documentary. Right now, hey, how you guys doing? You guys want to say what's up?
What's up? What's up?
Okay, well, it's good to meet you guys. I know you guys got more important things to do, but
thing, man.
good to meet you guys. Good to meet you. Thanks for keeping everyone safe. Thank you.
I'm part of Lakewood Trauma, which is
Yeah.
public safety.
Yeah.
And we got multiple calls. Same reason why PD got calls.
Okay.
So that's it. We're just gonna follow you around. We're gonna let everybody know that they don't have to talk to you.
With the Shamrim police on our back, it felt like we were being policed by a secondary form of law enforcement that seemed to exclusively defend the interest of the Jewish community. And speaking of double standards, let's talk about politics.
I firmly believe that the tactics within this community, I would liken it to organized crime. We have an ultra-Orthodox person as our council president. You know, you can't think that there's not going to be things happening and rules and laws created to
Favoritism.
make his community stronger and better.
When do you eventually become involved in Jackson politics, let's say? You live in Lakewood, you don't even live in Jackson. Why do you even get involved?
What happened was this act of discrimination against the Orthodox Jews in Jackson was going on for about a year. And I had people calling me from Jackson with like anonymous numbers, Orthodox Jews, because they were afraid for their safety. We're generally not violent people. If we have to defend ourselves, we will. And I think a substantial number of people in Lakewood now own guns.
Why?
Why?
They became fearful?
Oh, yes, because the rise of anti-Semitism and the attacks on Jews. After about a year of them calling me, I really couldn't take it anymore. They're suffering.
Why did you topple the government?
I told you
How
why.
did you do it with ease?
Oh, it was not with ease. It was a tremendous amount of work. Agent.
Bro had to grab his fucking. He had to grab the yarmulke to buckle in for that one.
Oh, it was not with ease. It was a tremendous amount of work. Agent in Manhattan, trying to get the stories out to the press. And then I met with this political group, like I said, who ran senatorial campaigns. We got the cell phone numbers of all the people in Jackson, and we planned to text. We started a website called FamiliesForJacksonJustice.org. By the way, I've since abandoned the website. Anti-Semites took it over. It's like when the Republican Club, which was vehemently anti-Semitic and run by the mayor of Jackson, had a U.S. Senate candidate, Republican candidate, there for their meeting. I had spies inside the organization, non-Jews, who were telling me what was going on. So the Republican Club, they had their senatorial candidate about to speak. We then texted to everyone in Jackson 5 minutes before he spoke. Here's this new website exposing the religious discrimination. I had it populated with all kinds of information, statements. The mayor of Jackson had been voice recorded, not by me, but it was sent to me, where he was asked by the chairman of the Ocean County Republican Party if these were churches, would we be opposing them? He said, absolutely not. It was discrimination against Jews. They were going crazy with all the things I was doing, putting pressure on them. There was fighting going on among the elected political people. Resignations had started. And then I put out the ad on Fox News.
New developments in that deadly attack.
See, I won't lie. That's where the lines get drawn, right? Because if they really did try to discriminate against fucking Jews at that point, it's wrong. Unless they decide America's a Christian country. Because if America's a Christian country, I mean, I probably can't go to fucking a Muslim country and just open a church, and I probably can't go to fucking Tel Aviv and open a church and fucking do my thing. I mean, I probably can. You probably can. Probably can. But will it work?
Attack in New Jersey. Surveillance video shows they clearly targeted that Jewish market.
There's a synagogue located next door.
There is no question that this is a hate crime.
Anti-Semitism is on the rise, and now it's coming from Jackson Township's government. Elected officials in Jackson have passed ordinances targeting Orthodox Jewish families. Exposed township emails show officials surveilling religious Jewish families, praying in their homes. They even took revenge on a decorated veteran who testified against their anti-Semitism. Jackson officials are intimidating Jewish families, and they admit it.
If these were churches, would we be fighting them? Absolutely not.
Shameful. This isn't America.
Painful. Put on the cable network provider for that area. In the meantime, I had 2 different calls with the White House. I know you want to ask me 1,000 questions. I will answer nothing more than that.
Okay,
sorry.
why?
Because.
And to be fair, yeah,
You fucking had to lock in again.
Right? Him saying I wouldn't do this. If
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
churches
right.
up.
And you
That's
heard
fair.
that. You heard that
Yeah,
on the
I've heard that. That's fair.
on the commercial.
Yeah.
By the way,
It seems discriminatory in
by the way,
nature,
he's one of
yeah.
my best friends now.
Life's long,
Because
yeah.
here's what happened.
Life's
More Orthodox
long.
Jews kept
That's a
moving
good
in
one.
because of the financial and demographic forces I told you about, and we started to become a larger part of the electorate. And he was coming up for re-election as mayor, and he asked someone if he could come here and apologize to me. And he came here and he said when he signed those resolutions, he knew it was a wrong thing to do. But he said he was under so much pressure from all the political types in Jackson and the people who have constituencies, and they were yelling at me, so he just signed it. And he wants to tell me now that he regrets doing it, and he's going to work to get rid of those regulations. Then that result was the Orthodox Jewish community embraced him, and we supported him. And I became the largest donor to his re-election campaign. Wasn't $1 million.
He becomes an ally to the Orthodox Jewish community.
He becomes not bigoted against us.
It's the Jewish vote. This is another form of corruption. Imagine if I said, hey, I'm going to give you this amount of money and you do this. Okay, you can't do that. But if I could say, hey, I'm going to deliver you 50,000 votes that are all going to vote for you. So take Jack Ciattarelli in New Jersey. They were bragging that all of the Vlads got together, all the Jewish Vlads got together, and were voting for Jack Ciattarelli, and they did so with like 97%. That voting bloc doing that now says
The Orthodox Jewish communities all across America voted in very big numbers for me in our historic 2024 presidential campaign. Lakewood, New Jersey was one of our biggest wins anywhere in the country, with more than 90% of the vote. It's fucking all making sense, dude. Holy shit. On November 4th, the eyes of the country are on New Jersey again. I need all of my supporters in the Orthodox community in Lakewood and its surrounding towns to vote in huge numbers for Jack Ciattarelli. Jack will be a great governor and has my complete and total endorsement. He will never let you down. Jack needs every single vote in the community, including all the yeshiva students who turned out to vote for me last year. Your votes in this election will save New Jersey, a state that is near and dear to my heart. Jack will cut your taxes and tremendously reduce your out-of-control and ridiculous energy costs, whereas his opponent will double, triple, and even quadruple your energy and other costs. You will rue the day that you voted for her. Vote for Jack Ciattarelli on Tuesday, November 4th.
It's like what they do is they take that and say, hey, we got all these votes, and we're going to all vote for you, but what are you going to do for us? And if you don't vote with us, we're going to take all of these votes, and we're going to put our support behind somebody else. It's what they tried doing to Chris Pollock. I know, because I spoke to the dude who basically said it. They said it very arrogantly, where it was like, oh, we have 6,500 Jewish votes in Jackson. He is not winning. That's what they said to me.
Yeah, he won.
And he didn't just win, he won by a landslide because a lot of people showed up for him.
Okay. And by people, we're talking non-Jewish voters?
Even Jewish voters.
The Gentiles, the Goyim. Oh, shit.
So the tides are shifting in Jackson, perhaps.
I think there's a group of people that, on both sides, that don't like what certain groups are doing. Remember, there's a lot of really good Jewish people that look really bad by these actions. The main comment that comes through
the non-Zionists,
no matter what it's about, Jackson Brick, whatever. This town is finished. It's over. I don't know if you can stop them, and I'm not saying you can, but that doesn't mean you don't fight it. That doesn't mean you don't do what you can to do it. And you had people like Chris Pollock that he said, I'm going to do it the way of politics.
Okay, so Chris, I see these homes being built. Why are the locals so opposed to these houses being built? It seems still pretty peaceful out here. What's going on? What changes have you noticed?
Well, it's becoming rapid changes and rapid development. You're going to be seeing a heavy increase in the population, and I don't know if our town is suited to handle it. Unfortunately, I've heard from several people that some developments only particularly want one group in there. It's people have gone in there and asked, hey, I'm interested in these homes. Some of them have been told it's not for them. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
It seems like it's only for one group in one community. And
who is that group?
It seems like it's only for the Jewish community. I'm going to
Okay.
be honest. But when you create a community, they have some of them that are adding shuls into it, essentially synagogues into it. They're fitting the houses to fit
The concrete truck had to pull up right next to him, huh? All fucking video we've been hearing, honking, people trying to fuck up his audio, and then all of a sudden the concrete truck has to pull up right next to him. Maybe there's something going on right there, but I don't know.
They're adding shuls into it, essentially synagogues into it. They're fitting the houses to fit this very specific needs of one community. Do you think anybody other than that community is going to move into there?
They technically cannot discriminate against a non-Jew purchasing a home, right?
No, you cannot discriminate against anybody buying a home.
But they could just say, hey, sorry, we sold it to someone else.
Yes,
That's
they can.
legal.
I've heard people say, oh, we'll put you on the waiting list, because that's something that's going on.
LLCs are outbidding people trying to buy single-family homes.
Correct.
But you have a group of people
I mean,
that call themselves
it's already happening with
God's
BlackRock
people. You
and
are
shit.
a Semite supremacist. You were a white Jewish supremacist because they're classified white. They don't want to live as a community with us. I think when I say they, again, I don't mean all of them. I mean the far majority of them.
Right.
I think they have their tight-knit community. I think their community lives completely separate than everybody else. They eat differently. They enjoy different things. Yes, we might drink, but everything is set in a different way.
As you ran for city council, did the rabbinical order try to buy you off?
I don't really have any relationship with the rabbis, but I have been taking a meeting with people who said they were liaisons to the rabbis. They went around touting how many votes they controlled. They told me pretty much straight out that they control certain politicians in town, and if I cater to their community, I might have access to the block vote.
Who did they say they control?
They said they control our mayor and our council president.
After a year, I couldn't bear it anymore. So I got involved. I hired a political campaign group out of Washington, D.C. that does political campaigns for Republican senators. I think they did Ted Cruz. And I wrote a letter to the mayor of Jackson telling him all the things I was going to do if they wouldn't reverse these discriminatory laws. In the meantime, there's another Jewish group called the Aguda that had a lawsuit against Jackson based on RLUIPA. That's the Religious Land Use Institutionalized Persons Act. And it says that the municipality, it's a law, federal law, municipality is not allowed to discriminate based upon religion. And in their lawsuit, then showed all the emails from Jackson, all the things they were doing, conspiring against and executing to try to make life miserable for Orthodox Jews there.
But you went to work, and what happened next?
I went to Washington. I met with Ronna McDaniel, who was the head of the Republican National Committee, and the Speaker of the House at the time was Kevin McCarthy. He was actually in their conference room. So I met with both of them, showed them what was going on. They were shocked.
No, I think there's a lot to learn from the community. That's why I liked what we did yesterday. Their tactics benefit them. They are a solitary mass. They actually are a community. You can't deny it. They are not fighting over Trump or Biden. They're not fighting over left or right. They're not fighting over masked or unmasked.
Us versus the world.
It's antimatter, right? It's like everyone in our towns, we're fighting against antimatter. We're not focused on what actually matters. We're not picking each other up. We're not one community. And I'm not talking about communism or any of that shit.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about caring about the person. They hitchhike.
What other world will you see hitchhiking in America in 2026?
Nonstop, yeah.
That's a testament to how high trusting they all are.
So there's something to be said about that. And there's a lot, I would love to see our kids playing again off of, getting out on bikes and getting out playing basketball and football and all of those things. I would love to see that. I'd love to see us act a little bit more like that.
We need to fight back against the state.
Fucking A.
We've had large lawsuits against us because they tried to keep out this problem. We've had the Department of Justice come down on us. Billionaires connected to the president involved in all this. What's happening in this little town in Jersey is bigger than people think.
And what's happening here in Jackson, will that become a problem in other small towns?
It's already a problem in all the surrounding towns.
Is the cop gonna go?
Okay. Get a shot of the cop.
We got the corrupt police pulling us over for what? We'll find out. We may be in a corrupt hellhole. Double cop car.
We're getting pulled over. We got double police, potentially nothing better to do. Let's find out. We weren't speeding. We weren't violating the law from the best of my understanding.
You have your driver's license registration?
What am I being pulled over for?
I'll tell you that soon as
Is
you
there
give me-
probable cause?
Yes, there is.
What
we got
exactly
a call.
is that?
We got a call on our phones
For
a suspicious person. With,
What's
with
suspicious
video,
about me?
With video cameras.
There's nothing
in front of a
suspicious
school.
about expressing our First Amendment right.
No,
though.
you're good.
So what am I being pulled over for?
We got a call. Just so you know, you're being audio and visual recorded.
Sure,
okay?
likewise.
So we got a call from dispatch.
Sure.
Saying there's a vehicle.
Okay.
With 2 men in it, videotaping in front of a school. When we get a call for that, that's our probable cause to stop you because they described your vehicle. So I'm asking you. What's illegal about the fact that we're recording? There's nothing illegal about it.
Sure.
I don't care that you're recording because I'm recording too. I just don't know
all
who
ears.
you are. And I don't. But for my safety, I want you back in the car.
Well,
Okay. So
Yeah.
back to me talking to you.
my name's Tyler, by the way. How are
Jonathan
you?
Basillo. Nice to meet you, sir.
Good to meet you, yeah.
I'm stopping you. Can I have your credentials, please?
Do I have an obligation to self-identify right now?
I need you to identify yourself on this stop.
Yeah, no, I totally get where you're coming from.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
filming
it's a
a little
lawful stop
documentary
because
piece.
they described your vehicle to a T.
Totally get it. I'm just trying to figure out if there's
Can
actual...
I just ask you a question?
Yeah, I can tell you what we're up to if that's...
I just want to know who you are.
Yeah, my name's Tyler.
Oh, very good. My name is
Yeah.
Jonathan. Like, explain that
Yeah,
to
good
you.
to meet you.
I stopped you.
Totally get it. Yeah, we're just talking about the changes in the town
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
We went to that school specifically
Okay.
because
But
it's shut down.
It's
or-
very. You see what I'm saying? Like when you
To-
have a camera
Well,
in
sure.
front of a school with kids. I
I
mean,
can
if my
understand.
kids go to that school,
Sure.
I wouldn't want my kids to be video recorded.
Sure, we didn't enter the school. We were on the
confidentiality.
sidewalk,
It
basically,
doesn't matter if you're in a certain distance of a school.
Okay. All right, sure. You can have it.
And just do me a favor. Keep your hands on the steering wheel when you do so. Thank you so
Hands on the
much.
steering wheel.
Yeah, I just don't know what's in the car. Like I said, I don't know
Come
who you are.
on.
I don't know who you are.
That seems a little extra.
No, that's how
That's
I am.
definitely extra, but you can have it. There you go.
Thank you so much. I'm not saying I'm giving you a ticket or
Sure.
anything like that. I'm just identifying.
Yeah, you got the
who
badge,
are.
man. Yeah, do your thing.
No, it has nothing to do with having a badge or anything like
Okay,
that.
then.
Stay near the car.
Hurry the fuck up. Do your job, bro. Like,
Excessive?
It's absolutely excessive.
It seems like a bully tactic.
Yeah, well, I don't know who placed that phone call.
How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
How we doing?
Doing good, getting pulled over. You know what we're up against? Small town police department, small town politics, lots of money. All right, so apparently the reason why these cops came out of thin air is because who just got called?
Well, we're going to find out. The council president just called me.
So who is Morty Bernstein?
He is the council president in Jackson, New Jersey, and the most powerful man in the town.
Does he have the police in his pocket?
I don't think he has the police in his pocket at all, but the man does have an incredible amount of power. He's involved in political action committees with very rich and powerful developers, a lot of political connections.
Who are we messing with here right now?
Fucking A.
Is this a mistake? Is this video a mistake, man?
I'm going to be honest, the powers out here are pretty immense. Like I said, it goes up. You have billionaires from Lakewood being involved in what's going on in Jackson. People connected to the President of the United States.
If we zoom out, where does this all end?
Right now, it's gone to every town on the outskirts of Lakewood. They're buying up everything. Even if they're not occupying things are being bought up. I always say it's a real life game of Monopoly. So it's gone into Brick, and it's gone into Howell, and it's gone into Jackson and Toms River. Now it's going into Manchester. There are large portions of property being bought in South Jersey. We cannot keep up with this.
How do you combat a group of people chosen by God practicing rampant ethno-nepotism?
Here's a problem, bro. One Jewish dude in Manchester said to me this: you guys will never come together because you have no shared sense of purpose. And that hit me because he's fucking right.
fucking A.
Jews have a
Then
shared
we'll run
sense
that
of
back.
purpose. And that hit me. Will never come. Problem, bro. One Jewish dude in Manchester said to me this: you guys will never come together because you have no shared sense of purpose. And that hit me because he's fucking right. Jews have a shared sense of purpose in what their outcome's going to be. And that's to expand the religion, that's expand their people. We don't have a shared sense of purpose. We're too busy arguing with each other. We're too busy talking Trump. We're too busy yelling about ICE. We're too busy focusing on Epstein's list. We don't have a shared sense of what is America and what are we trying to accomplish together. Americans don't have a shared sense of purpose about America. Jews have a shared sense of purpose in what their outcome's going to be. The only way that you're going to stop it, and the only way you can fight back about it, is by getting people that have a shared sense of purpose in the numbers that matter. Getting enough people with their eyes open to say, holy shit, something has to be done here. You have to get rid of the RLUIPA laws. I don't think it's ever been challenged by the Supreme Court. It has to be taken to the Supreme Court. I think it violates the Constitution. You have to fight fire with bigger fire. And the sad part about it is they have the biggest fires.
Wow. Wow, that was a fucking great way to end it. Shout out fucking Tyler. It was a great video. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna put it in the fucking description. Everybody go follow him, you know, shoot him a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Wow. Great video. Great fucking video. What are we supposed to do? You know what I mean? What the fuck do you do to combat that? I feel like there's no answer. I think he said it there. Everybody has to have a fucking common purpose, and we will... I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. You know what I mean? Because it's not a war. This isn't a battle. But if it is to them, then that's very telling. You know? But shit. We'll go ahead and call it. Watched a couple videos tonight. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe, you know what I mean? Hit the bell, all that good stuff. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace and love, baby.